Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank Bet. I'm joined by the executive producer, Mr. Benji Nassim. I'm joined by Christopher Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite, and of course, the one and only, the legend to the Call of Duty community. Give it up for Patrick Price, a.k.a. Aches, a.k.a. The Slayer. Gentlemen, what's going on, man? A lot happening right now. What's happening?
Yeah, it's been a banger today, Tom. You missed out on some good Fall Guys action earlier, some Only Up. The game is rage-inducing. It's a fun one. And as expected, people have been bitching in your stream and my stream and Chris's stream.
A lot going on,
the lack of info, lack of intel. And today we got a lot of news. That's why we are running the emergency flank so we can talk about it.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Rostermania going on. It happened pretty fast this year, I feel like, right? Like, I feel as soon as Champs ended, people were already... I mean, that's usually how it goes, but sometimes it takes a week or two for things to actually get out. This year was like, boom, right away. Champs is over. A day or two later, shit is already being leaked and spread. But we know how it goes, right? On a Sunday night at the casino or at the bar, everybody's talking. People are scheming. You know, that's usually how the roster off season goes. But Pat, how you doing, man? You surprised by a lot of these rumors? You expect all of these or what, Slay? What's going through your mind right now, Pat?
No, I'm not surprised. I was calling it all year, Tom, multiple years now, that these orgs need to blow it up. And finally, after disappointing year, they're listening, Tom. They're listening, and they're blowing it up.
They're blowing it up for sure. They're definitely.
I'm surprised Rokkr finally got around to it, because my goodness, were they wasting money. But thank God they blew it up. LAG also blowing it up. Thank God. London blowing it up as well. Thank God. Florida blowing it up as well. Thank God. So yeah, Tom, I'm ecstatic. Finally, we get to see some teams shift up some, not only some players, but some coaches and some general managers as well, which was desperately needed, Tom. Desperately needed.
Yeah. Because
some of these teams were just like year after year, okay with mediocrity. So finally, Tom, we'll hopefully see some striving for better.
Right. Chris, what's going through your mind? How you feeling? A lot happening, a lot going on. Talk to me, Chris.
Personally, I'm just excited because there's some moves, I guess, that got kind of like leaked out, and some of the ones that were confirmed that leave a lot of spots open in the league, which means that we're probably gonna get some new talent. I think we're gonna have very weird rosters because I think the majority of the teams at the top are really trying to stack, which is gonna mean that the mid range is just gonna be a whole bunch of fugays. So I'm excited to see how this shakes out at the end of the season.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll get into that because I do want to bring that up, you know, because I saw rumors of people saying that. And I think you guys have mentioned it maybe on the reverse sweep or something too about how you guys think it's going to be stacked. And I don't know if I agree with that. There's I feel like there's always going to be like 2 or 3 teams that are just really good that are at the top. But I mean, we've talked about how much talent there is across the league from top to bottom. Like, there's always going to be sleeper teams. There's always going to be those teams that are under the radar or players that people aren't really talking about. There's a lot of challengers talent. Chris, you've been talking about that talent all year. You know, there's a lot of talent there. So I don't know if it's just going to be stacked and it's just going to be like the top 3 or 4 teams are just going to shit on everybody. Like, I don't know if that's how it's going to play out. But there's definitely some really good rosters being made. I will say that.
I think
there's
the
some
main
really good
reason
rosters
people are
being
saying
made.
this, I think the main reason people are saying this, Tom, is because there was rumors about teams paying less this year, the minimum and stuff like that going up. So you got to think that some of these like super, very talented players are obviously all going to try to get on those organizations that can afford to pay them more than minimum, which means that some of the teams in the mid range and the bottom end are just going to, have basically the leftovers there.
You know why, right?
You talk to me.
You know why all the teams are paying less?
Let's hear it.
Because there is so many right now in an absolute bidding war for the Slayer. They were starting at 3 over 3, Tom, but it's an absolute bidding war.
Slayer. I don't know about that, man.
Is that true?
All the teams are just stretching their budget.
We got a source on this?
And I think that's why they're like, listen, if we're gonna make this move, then we're gonna have to pay everybody else less. And it's just, I mean, it's part of the territory. Tom, you know,
Right.
how it is.
I've been there, done that. It's business at the end of the day, you know, Slay.
Yeah, I heard all the teams are saving their budget for when X Defiant drops its esports.
I mean, they probably doing that too. They probably doing that too, Chris. That's definitely in their back pocket for sure.
I think just getting back to the topic before Pat gets the jokes in, I do think that at the end of this Rostermania, I do think that there might be some top heavy teams. We kind of made this point, I think, before the Vanguard season. We felt like that's how Rostermania broke down then. But there were a couple of sleeper teams that year. And I think we might have a couple now. It's going to put a premium on squads that don't go the traditional leftovers route, just build a chalk team and make 59 roster changes. They get 8th all year. Like teams that actually do what, like, Chris has talked about during the year of like finding full or part of an amateur squad, mixing them with a pro, and kind of going from there and building a like quality squad from the rip. Might get them a lot of points early, build some chemistry, maybe make some midseason moves, and you never know.
And when it comes down to the whole financial thing, bro, teams have just been paying. Have just been overpaying in recent years. It's just catching up to them now. People are just like tweaking now. They're like, yo, we got to cut costs. We got to really tone this thing down. And that's going to lead me to the next topic is Toronto Ultra. I think we should start getting into the teams a little bit. And I think we should start with Toronto because I feel like a lot revolves around Toronto right now. And I feel like right now people are kind of confused a little bit about what's going on in that camp. And Ben, maybe you can get into it and you can kind of start things off because I have a lot to say about the Toronto camp as well. I have a lot to say.
So late last week, there was a CDL Scrim Intel tweet about, Toronto might be blowing up their team due to financial issues. I kind of dug around, talked to people within the org, people outside the org, used to work there. And I think there's a lot of frustration, decision making that's going on right now. A lot of confusion because they had a really good squad. They won an event this year. They obviously bombed at the grand finals. They got to the finals, played really good on 3 out of 4 days of the tournament, and had a really sucky Sunday. And the result is they're blowing up this team. And by the way, and I don't think this was publicly talked about, but I talked to people around the team, and they tried to blow up the team last year. There were people within management trying to blow up their squad last year, and the team held the line along with other supporting people within sort of the front office staff. So it's been kind of a conflict for a while within this organization from top level management to everybody else about what to do with the team. And it looks like top level management has won. It looks like they're going to go ahead and blow up the squad. And I think this sucks. And it sucks for a number of reasons. These players are good, but it looks like Scrap has been the one left holding the bag with 3 new teammates. And I assume he's not feeling great about it. I assume he's trying to get out of there. So I agree with you. It's kind of holding everything up because I think all the top teams are waiting to see if he's available for a reasonable price because he's going to jump to the number 1 spot in terms of free agents.
Yeah, that's also bullshit too. If they just dropping his whole team, and like I'm talking in terms in Scrappy POV, like sitting there and you're being told like, sorry man, like we can't afford your team, so we're just gonna sell everybody. That whole team you just had success with. Like Scrappy's probably thinking they're building something over there. Like they got something good over there. Now all of a sudden the whole everything looks so different now. It's completely changed. I would be fucking pissed if I was Scrappy. I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking bitching and moaning. I mean, Ben, you know I'd be bitching and moaning if I was in the same position here. If you just lose your whole team, that's everybody you want to play with, a whole squad wipe, and it's not even his call. He didn't even call. He didn't ask for any of this. He didn't ask for any of that. And to be honest with you, if you're gonna make somebody your franchise player and build around him, you also want to keep him happy and make him happy. You're not going to make somebody happy if he just had an insane rookie year and then going into your year 2, they're just stripping everything that you just built away. And now you have to start over. That's just going to hinder his... Why would anybody want that? He's just going to hinder his career. You know what I mean?
He's just going to want to leave, dude. Period.
I mean, I would want to... Listen, combo that with the fact that FaZe is making changes, Optic's making changes, Steve's is making changes, and if I were Scrap, I can go there and make all of those teams better. I would be feeling some type of way about my situation, and that's the word on the grapevine. Like, he's not happy. Tom, I don't know if you've talked to him. Like, I haven't. Like, I assume he's trying to leave, and when I talk to teams around the league, from big teams to middle teams, everybody's waiting to hear what the decision is on Toronto's end of if he's available, what price, or are they going to hold the line with him and kind of play hardball?
But that's the thing. If you're Toronto Ultra and you're trying to, and your whole thing right now is that you can't afford these players and that you don't have the money, you're trying to recoup money, and the whole motive of their camp is just to pick up young talent and then sell it off just to try and make money for it, then just sell Scrappy too. If you're gonna sell his whole team, just sell him too. Make a bag off Scrap, make a bag off all those Toby and Jamie and all those guys, and then just rebuild with an amateur roster. Go rebuild from child. That's what they originally did. And to be honest, it kind of worked out for them in the long run. I mean, they found some good talent from it. They're clearly about to make some money if they sell these players off. Why hinder Scrap? Why sell the whole team and just be like, but Scrap, you're fucking staying though. You're gonna stay right there.
I think if they want to get rid of someone or like try to recoup money, I think they sell Scrap. I think that guy will get offers from literally everyone, which will just net you an insane amount of cash. Obviously, maybe I'm kind of overselling. I don't know really what the budget of these teams look like, but Scrap is going to be is going to be wanted by everyone, in my opinion. Insight and Kleenex, yeah, they're good players, and I'm sure a couple teams want them, but like I think you get way more value out of taking Scrap out, keeping together at least Toby and Insight, and building your squad there. I think it's a lot less risky on your end, and you're still going to make more money by selling off Scrap. Keeping Scrap and surrounding him with 3 new faces is a lot less risky than keeping Toby and Insight, or even if they want to keep Pixie, obviously that's not the case, and picking up 1 player. Am I fried for that?
No, you're not. You're not fried, and their mismanagement of the situation has long-term effects for the franchise. I think, like any major free agent now, is not going to want to go there, because it's clear that they're not an organization that treats people as people. They treat people as numbers. Like, it's just an entire mess.
Exactly.
I want to go back to my original question, Tom. Like, has anyone here talked to Scrap at all? Like, he's not really said much in the situation. He had a couple of tweets.
Yeah, I've talked to Scrap.
What did he say?
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say what Scrap said right here live on a flank. I've talked to Scrap about private shit. You know, his shit. That's not my right to spit on here. But I mean, listen, I don't agree with anything going on in the camp, and he's definitely frustrated for sure. Who wouldn't be frustrated in this situation? Who wouldn't be frustrated here? Who wouldn't? That's ridiculous. They literally just stripped everything they built. Go ahead, Slay.
I personally would be frustrated, Tom, because you know me, Tom. Like, if that happens to me, yeah, it's proven point time. You know, give me 3 amateurs, I'm gonna go win champs just like that. But I actually agree with Ben. I think they're committing organization suicide here. I don't think no superstar is ever gonna play there ever again, ever. And why would you?
I feel like Toronto's whole gimmick right now, Pat, is that it's almost like they find the superstars. They build. It's like they try and build from the ground up. They were the ones who did the whole 8-team shit or the 8-player shit, right? Didn't they pick up a whole bunch of players, a whole bunch of young talent, different talent, and went like a whole different route with everything that they were trying to build over there?
I mean, yeah, but that's because they were starting from zero. Remember, like they blew up this. They bought Splice, right? Splice used to be the sort of the org part of that. They basically blew that team up. Tyler went back to Envy, like Shotzi, because he was on loan. Shotzi got bought out by Dallas Empire Envy at the time. Like they had no one, so they went the 10-player route. But I thought, like, in what they were saying in the media and sort of the last first 2 years of CDL, of like they wanted to build, they wanted to get out there and compete with the FaZes and the Optics of the world. It seems like now, in both in this and Overwatch, they're realigning their process, and I think they're just going to be sort of a bottom tier presence. If this is the way they're going to go, they're not going to be able to get anyone big, and it's going to kind of fade. So,
and that's fine.
You guys need to look at my picture, bro.
Look at Moneyball. Yeah, if I like it.
Listen, there's fucking, bro. There's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of teams making changes right now, right? But if you're Toronto Ultra, if your whole goal right now is to make money, I understand it's a business at the end of the day. I get that. It's a business. Money is money. Like if they're losing a lot and they need to recoup some of that money and they're looking to make some dollar signs, whatever. If you want to sell, but don't just sell everybody but one guy, the rookie of the year, the guy that you're building everything around, and then just force him to play it. I just think that's ridiculous. I don't think that's fair to Scrap. I think it completely goes against everything that they were building over there. It got stripped away from him.
I agree. And from Scrappy's POV, I just feel terrible.
Sell him off. Just sell him too. Sell everybody.
This is the year where everyone is making, like, everyone's trying to stack their rosters, and there's a bunch of free agents on the market and teams making changes that you might not have thought were, I guess, going to make like some sort of changes. And there's real opportunity for this guy to literally cement his legacy among some of the best players in the world with the way that he's played this year and the opportunities that you know he would get if he was either getting sold or a free agent. Like, I just feel terrible for him.
Yeah. And let me say this, right? And I agree with people in the chat, right? Business is business, right? That's how the cookie crumbles. But sometimes it's not always good business. Sometimes it's bad business. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. That's how it is. Sometimes things get dirty. Sometimes things don't go as smoothly as you think they're gonna go.
Bro,
You know?
also,
So sure, business is business, but
I think we should also set a precedent of like, bro, these players, in my opinion, need to stop signing these 2+1s. Like, these 2+1s are
see
fake.
the money. They
Bro,
see the money
even-
slay, and they don't. You know what I mean?
Even the 1+1s are fake in reality. Like, you're signing these contracts, and I mean, I'm just gonna say from what I heard, I'm not gonna say any names, but like the year 1 number is always low, and the year 2 number is always high.
Yep.
No,
But none of them get the year 2 number. They literally, I mean, think about it. Anyone who signed a 1+1 last year signed like probably a mid to low number on the first year, or even good, but the year 2 was always higher. None of these orgs are extending this option for any of these players outside of the top 3 teams.
Why
Like, it's
would
just
they?
not happening. Yeah, but I agree.
Yeah.
But they're getting finessed, Ben, to signing these contracts with these high year 2 deals. And I personally, like I said, I was talking to some people at Vegas, like, bro, I'm talking their salary doubled in the year 2 compared to the year 1, and it's like
I know
these
it's a
options
London
aren't getting
track.
picked up. So yeah, I mean, like, I just think these players are honestly pretty dumb. And anyone signing the 2+1 is really dumb, because then you look at this situation where you get locked into some bullshit situation like Scrappy's currently in.
Yeah, I don't. So
These contracts aren't guaranteed.
couple of
like-
things. I think in retrospect, I don't know what Scrap was thinking at the time. I think signing that long-term deal was a tricky one for Scrap. I think if he had
What would
done
the
it
difference
again,
have been of a 1+1 for him,
well,
though?
if he would have been signing no deal, and he would have been a free agent and gotten that same bag this season. Like, that, obviously betting on himself probably would have worked out pretty good. Obviously, that's easy to say in hindsight. Obviously, the contract structure we have is due to the fact that the players don't have a collective bargaining agreement with the league. So I don't really know how much you can, affect that, but it's not a great situation for players. What we're going to get into a market now where I don't think there's going to be a lot of buyouts. I think a lot of players, and we'll get to sort of the team builder part of this, a lot of players have their options released who may get re-signed on lower deals. Like, the leverage situation for players, if you're not an elite tier player where you have multiple teams coveting you, is going to be poor, and you're going to get kind of effed in the contract side. And that's sort of the new kind of reality of the CDL.
This is a question I have, because this is a funny thing. So we know that all orgs are cutting costs across the board, right? Like, that's something that we all know, and it's
In all
been,
these sports,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's been known.
Yeah.
So I don't understand Toronto's logic of, like, okay, they know every org across the board is massively cutting costs. Why are you now trying this year to sell players for buyouts? Like, orgs aren't going to pay any high dollar for any buyouts.
Yeah, it's
like,
a bad
just not
time.
gonna
It's a
happen.
bad
Yeah.
timing. It's just not gonna work.
It makes
Because,
no sense.
because
You're not
people-
recouping anything. Like, no one's wanting to pay buyouts, especially, I mean, no offense to Kleenex and Insight, they're great players, but it's like, if you're not the guy on the team, like the superstar, the number 1 option, like Scrappy, for example, you're not getting, you don't have the leverage to get the top dollar buyout anyway. So it's like, what is their goal here?
They
That's what I'm
they
saying.
can get people to bite and throw some offers out there, but they're not going to get the numbers that they think they're going to get. I'll tell
It
you
would
that.
but again, it would be small, and then the players are going to get screwed because they're not going to get like the salary. Like, think about it. And Tom, you know this. Like, in the past, we understand, if you're a player who has to get sold, that salary number that you're getting when you get sold is not going to be as high as it could have been. You know what I mean? So it's
definitely
like,
not.
no one wins.
Definitely not. If
But
the
that's what I'm saying.
if the player gets bought out, save Scrappy, right? Bro, if they're giving him a $500,000 buy number, right, to buy him out, bro, then it's just gonna fuck Scrappy over when he goes over there anyway. He's just gonna get a fucking shit deal, because no team is gonna, on top of the buyout, you gotta pay a salary, So it's just, bro, some buyouts are just unrealistic, Pat. They're unrealistic.
I still think.
Bro, these people are drunk.
I still think that from the org's perspective, they would benefit more from selling off Scrappy and renegotiating their deals with Insight and Toby, just because I feel like no good players are going to want to go and play for Toronto just because of Scrappy. But I think if, like, they kept Toby and Insight, I think they have a real opportunity to still get some decent talent.
That's irrelevant. No good players
I
want to go
agree,
play
yeah.
there anyway because they're not getting paid.
Well, I know,
Right.
but what I'm saying is they're gonna self-sabotage way harder by trying to hold on to one player instead of holding on to 2.
I mean, I think people would go there to play with Scrap, but the problem with Toronto is you got to move there. You got to have a Canadian bank account, you get a Canadian work visa, get paid in CAD, not in USD.
You get hit with Ontario tax,
Yeah, with Ontario taxes,
and Toronto's not paying you much. Like there is no upside.
It's a fuck situation. Listen, I think the reason doing it now again is the people that when they tried this maneuver last year, there were a lot of people, including the team itself. The team lobbied hard to stay together last year, even though forces within management were trying to break them apart. They were adamant about running back at times last year. And then I know they obviously made some roster changes with Cammy and Ben leaving. Like there's just been a lot of pressure. Some of the mitigating forces outside of the players in the front office got either laid off or left the organization the last 6 to 8 months. And now there's no opposition to push back on ownership. And they're just kind of doing what they want to do here. And the players are sort of at the mercy of that decision.
Also, in the talk of paying, because like obviously we're going to sit here and say, oh, they're not going to get paid. What organizations are actually going to be able to pay their players, amount even relatively close to what they're used to? They're
going to probably be like 4. I would say organizations I think are still going to, for non-role players, because role players I think just in general are going to get kind of screwed across the board. But for like really good quality elite superstar players or like slightly below, FaZe, Optic, Thieves. New York's going to have to kind of start a cycle of pay up because they need to try and keep that team. I think Boston's going to continue to pay.
Damn.
I think the question is like Rokkr, Seattle, which are rebuild situations. What are they going to do?
Average rent in Toronto for a 1-bedroom, $2,500. Increased 15% compared to last year.
You said one bedroom?
1 bedroom, $2,500. So they're already cut out $30,000.
$2,500. Unbelievable.
They
that's
already
crazy.
lost $30,000 just to move there.
Toronto's paid for players,
and that's the average. Y'all seen some of these apartments.
Whoa. Toronto has paid for players' housing. Let's be clear.
No, they have in the past, but they're cutting costs. They're not doing that no more.
We don't know. We don't know that. Don't make an assumption that you don't know.
And when they pay for
I'm on a podcast. Of course, I'm gonna make an assumption. That's all we're doing is making assumptions.
But when they pay for your living, then they lower everything else. They say, we're paying for your living, so we're gonna lower this. We're gonna lower this. We're gonna lower this.
What do you mean? Don't make assumptions. I'm literally on a show. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're assuming they're gonna not pay for housing. I think they still kind of have to.
Bro, all we're doing for the next 2 hours is making assumptions.
If they're paying the minimum, they kind of have to. Otherwise, people would literally be paying half of their minimum salary in rent.
Ben, you created a Google sheet to make assumptions on rosters that are going to happen.
Don't hit me with the what about cheese, bro.
I'm not. I'm just saying we're literally making assumptions. That is what we do on this show.
We're talking about housing prices, and like we've had.
Yeah, I googled average rent in Toronto. It's $2,500 for a 1-bedroom.
I know, when Nick was on the team, they paid for his housing. Like they have made it kind of a core cornerstone. They do, but to Tom's point, what they might do now is look like to new people. We'll get your housing, but obviously we got to save costs. So your salary is going to be.
You're getting paid the min. You're getting paid the min.
Why would anyone do that?
Well, because maybe there's not going to be enough options. It's the realistic.
Because the only thing they can do is play.
The rest of the league is doing it.
That's the problem. Is that's what's going on. Everybody's doing it.
They'll get TJ Halley. They'll get like.
I'm telling you right now, if some of the no shit, no one's. Obviously. We already said Toronto is biting themselves in the ass.
Disrespecting TJ though.
Like we're saying.
No, I'm just saying people that will accept like the low salaries.
Bro, if there is not enough, there is not enough spots in the top 4 that some of these players are not going to be left out and making way less than they did last year. There's just not enough spots up there. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 players that are probably good enough to play on a championship caliber team. They're going to be getting paid substantially less than they were last year. And you can quote me on that. There's absolutely no fucking way. There's just not enough spots up there.
Well, listen, I'm down to go through the teams because there's a lot of rumors. There's a lot going on from team to team, to be honest. Some of the camps, we already talked about the Ultra camp a little bit. So let's move on to the next camp. We got the LA Thieves, right? That's a team where all the players from LA Thieves they're all unrestricted free agents. So they're all free to go off and talk to whoever they want to talk to, see what's going on. Obviously, a lot of rumors about Drazah. Drazah's leaving. I feel like there's been some rumors about Pred going over there as well. Some people are talking about Pred. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. People, maybe even Kenny. People have been building rosters around Kenny and kind of his name over at LA Thieves. Sam's been kind of quiet. He's been baiting with fucking Hitch all day about going back to Optic. So, Sam is he's so fucking bored and memey right now. So we can't really talk to Sam right at this time. But yeah, let's start with LA Thieves. I mean, what do you think they're going to do? And where do you think some players that are currently there may go, right? This could kind of chain us into different teams and different storylines going around right now. Chris, we'll start with you.
I think there was a rumor or something, right? Where like, wasn't there a rumor that like Kleenex and Insight were going to try to go to Thieves and play with like Sam and Kenny, or am I faded for that? I saw that somewhere.
Wait, rumor.
But I don't know if it was a rumor or if it was just like somebody putting together a team. I don't know. There's been so much fucking misinformation going around.
Exactly. That's why you got to be real careful about what we bring up on stream, because some of it's just I'll say right now, some of it's just it's a fucking mess, bro. But a lot of it's true though. Like, I'll be honest, 90% of it's facts though. 95%.
I think this mainly goes towards if Sam stays on that team, because I think Kenny will probably stay on that team. I don't think Kenny had a really strong year where he's just going to get offered by a couple of the other teams. I think he probably stays there because I think Kenny's still a good player and he had a pretty average year by his performances. But I don't think that means he's going to be left out without a team. I think this just relies on Sam. If Sam stays, I could definitely see Pred going there, because I think the rumored Optic team is with like Envoy and Draws.
Yeah,
it could be.
That's the rumor right now.
On the timeline. We got breaking news on the timeline.
What happened?
CDO Intel.
What did they say?
I'll pull it up.
That's a joke, bro.
Anyway, is crybaby cheating again. This is nothing slay. What's wrong with you? I thought they actually tweeted something. You moron.
Nah, Pat thinks this is comedy, bro. But like, I think Chris. First off, on the Optic rumor team, we'll get to it, but I think it's more just conversations. I agree with you. I think the key here is, what does Sam do?
What is Sam doing?
Yeah, I don't know what Sam's doing.
If Sam's staying, like, I can see a role where Ken's there, but there's a role where Ken's not there. There's a role where they get Pred. There are obviously the Toronto players they can pick up. Obviously, you have Dante. That could be an interesting option. There are a couple like other redemption story players. So they could be a really interesting sort of quick rebuild situation depending on what Sam does. If Sam does leave, well, maybe they go pick up Austin, who just got released from FaZe. Like, there's a lot of different possibilities this deep place can go. I think the coaching staff is really good, so it makes it a good destination for players looking to get into one of these rebuild situations in Minnesota, Seattle, and Thieves. So I think it's going to be really key to see what they do beyond when FaZe and Optic decide on their players. They're going to be the next domino to fall.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm curious if right now, I mean, I would like to talk about this first. We'll talk about Drazah and Envoy and kind of the rumors here. If this did happen and the team ended up being Drazah, Envoy, and then obviously joining Dashy and Shotzi, would this be a good team? Do you guys like this team? Do you guys not like this team? I mean, Pat, let's start with you on this one.
I mean, I did say, Tom, that I think Envoy was going to be the most important piece in this Rostermania.
You did say that. You did say that, Pat.
I think Envoy going there for sure, no brainer. I guess Drazah makes it easy because they've played together.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they upgrade. Like, no question, they upgrade from their last team. I think that's no doubt. I
like
still
it.
think this team could get better.
Well, what would you rather do, Pat?
I mean, I'd probably rather have Sam. I'd rather have Scrappy. Honestly,
remove Scrap from the equation because we don't know if he's gettable. Like, what would be the 4 that you want to run with?
With no Scrappy?
No Scrappy.
Bro, honestly, I wouldn't even mind adding Pred and going 1 AR. We don't know what the meta is going to look like. I think Slasher could work well on his team. I feel like this team just, especially Dashy and Shotzi, bro. I feel like this team needs some maturity, needs some leadership. Think about the fact that they got better with Ghosty just coming in and being like an IGL as a rookie. Like, I feel like this team just needs some leadership, especially with Dashy and Ant on the team. Mm-hmm. They don't even have a coach. I'm not like saying JP's not a coach, but I'm saying they don't have a coach. Like, they literally dropped Rambo, didn't have a coach the whole year. JP filled in, got Damon for 2 weeks or whatever. So I think they could definitely use some leadership.
So what's the 4 you're gonna run here?
I'd probably go Octane, best case, just because comms. I think they need those comms. But
okay.
I would also like if I think
Karma.
Sam would
Karma
be good for this team.
is the coach, Pat. Karma.
he's coming. No, he's coming back.
I thought he was. I mean, I was
Damon-
under the impression that he's
Yeah,
coming
Damon
back.
is still coaching. I would definitely like Sam
Guy's gonna
here.
watch 1 week of scrims and be like, I'm out.
I would definitely like Sam here. And listen, you said Envoy's the most important player. I disagree. I think it's Sam. I think Sam, potentially with the way that FaZe also made a move, like they could also be targeting him in a way. Optic could definitely use him. Sam is a
How
very
is
unique.
Sam the most important?
What? Because
there's a million good ARs. There's
it's
no
not about
good
being a
subs
good
that
AR.
play that role.
It's about what he brings to a team. FaZe brought on Slasher to fill that gap this entire season. Optic desperately needs that type of player. Every other org that's rebuilding desperately needs a fucking literally a backbone. Sam is that type of player. Sam is that person that's going to literally go in, lead your team, perform really well, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think it's Envoy. I think it's Sam. But also, I don't
we're not
like
talking about leading the team. We need
If
someone
we're
who's
talking about-
good that's running a sub.
I agree. I
Wait,
agree with
I
Pat.
was-
Real quick, Chris. I agree with Pat. I just think the way this roster is shaking out, as good as someone like Sam is, I do think the elite sub cutoff is like pretty high, and like getting one of those subs, like you can't if you don't have 2 elite subs on your team, like it's gonna be real tough. But you can
Well,
continue.
yeah, but I was gonna say I don't like Envoy and Shotzzy as a duo. Like if I'm thinking about this current game and their play styles, they play very similar. Maybe one is a lot more flashy, but
What?
they are not. What? Both of these guys are literally rats on the map. Like they are not the first
What?
person in ever. Am I what? What do you mean what? I don't
I
like
do
that
not
duo.
think they
as
play
a-
the same.
I think they play very similarly, but they just one is a lot more flashy. They are, and both of those players are not the bro. Drazah was probably the most aggressive player on the Thieves last year or this year. Not fucking any of their subs. Like what? What do you mean they're not the same?
Bro,
Both those players love flanking.
I think that's
and
the
being
problem
flashy
with
and
Shotzzy
lurky.
is that he plays too fast and he overchows.
No, he plays situation. I think he plays his situations like very aggressive and very like, what are they called? I guess overzealous, where he tries to do too much, but he doesn't run
Yes.
around and just die. That's like what Hook was doing.
Shotzzy had
if
way
I-
more
I don't
engagements
know
than
if I-
Hook.
I
Are
don't know
you
if I agree with that,
tripping?
Chris? Like
All right, that's fine. You don't have to. That's just my take.
Shotzzy has way more engagements than Hook.
I think Ant could definitely benefit from playing corners more. I feel like sometimes he does try to.
Yeah,
force
what am
the
I
issue.
hearing? Was I watching the
Yeah.
same game?
Yeah, sure.
But
I
but, like,
mean-
I also like do think that Envoy. The thing is, this with Optic is like, what do I think is a quicker SMG duo to get chemistry? Is it Pred and Shotzzy, or is it Shotzzy and Envoy? I kind of like Envoy and Shotzzy because I think it would be clear that Envoy is going to be like kind of the backseat SMG in the two, and I think they can kind of figure it out. Whereas with Pred and Shotzzy, I think it would just take some time for them to figure out, like, okay, like we need a sub to have bomb and plant. Like, which
Bro,
one?
I know you guys love Shotzzy, but even Pat said it, where Shotzzy, at least this year, is not a superstar sub like
A
some of the other
backseat.
SMG players.
There's no backseat sub.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Backseat sub, bro.
Eventually, one of the subs is gonna have to occasionally fucking
These guys
plant bomb.
don't. These guys don't need Envoy. They
Not
need
all that- not
somebody.
all- not all of them
They
can bait, bro.
need somebody that's gonna go out there and be aggressive and put up fucking kills, bro. Shotzzy is a playmaker. He's a lurker. He's that person that's gonna stab the other team in the back.
I
shoot them in the
disagree.
side,
I disagree.
Be fucking
Shotzzy,
annoying.
Shotzzy,
He's
like
not
I
gonna
said,
be the first guy.
like I
in.
said, Shotzzy has to be that guy. Period.
He will. He's not
He
that guy.
has to. Period.
Well,
If
he just isn't.
Bro, think about it. Look at this roster. He has to be that guy. Like
I think
it's
there's
as simple
some.
as
I
that.
think there's
He's
some
supposed to be the
confusion too, though.
superstar on this team.
Okay, because there's some people saying, but he plays aggressive. What the fuck, Haggy and Chris? Yeah, I don't think Chris is saying he doesn't play aggressive. He's a very aggressive player. I think what Chris is trying to say is that there's different sub players, and some sub players are entry fraggers. They go directly to the point. They open up hard points. They constantly get into the
Someone
mix
with
off
the skill
spawn.
of Shotzzy has to be that though. He
Right.
has to match a
Well, he
Abizi.
just isn't.
There's
He
no
just
reason
isn't.
he's not playing at the level that Abizi is.
No, he
period.
just isn't. And there's nothing you can do about
Then
it.
he has to. That's the point.
Well,
But
he's
what-
a completely
wait,
changed
why
player.
does he?
Shotzzy
Why
is
does
your-
he have to though, Pat?
Bro,
Why does
if
he have to?
Shotzzy is your slow, ratty player who's also over challenging and getting overzealous on basically every play he makes, this team is not going to find success. Period.
I mean, I'm not.
why is he not playing like Hydra or Kismet or Abizi? Like,
Well,
What are you talking about? You telling me Shotzi's all of a sudden taking routes and playing slow, and he needs a baiting sub?
So,
No.
The guy
That's
plays
not
at
what we're
99
saying.
miles
That's
an
not. No,
hour,
that's
has
not.
one
That's
of the
not what we're
best
saying.
shots on
though.
the
That's not what we're
team.
saying. though. That's
I
not.
think if he is playing that way, that's the reason he's not a superstar.
Nah, bro.
Pat, hold on. Like, Tom, I'll let you go in a sec. Like, to be fair about the Hydra thing, like, we listen to any New York listen-ins from champs, like, Hydra was the one shot calling. Like, Hydra would call a play when they would do shit around him. The entire team revolved around him. I don't think that's the way the Optic's gonna play, but go ahead, Tom.
No, I was just gonna say.
Shotzi's my route man, bro. I'm off the scene.
Wait, do you don't like Shotzi being sneaky with his plays and like sneaking by people
bro,
and like doing
go
shit?
play like a BZ. You shoot hella straight. You have movement. You
he doesn't
go play
right
like
now.
a BZ, bro.
And if he does, then maybe
Then he lost
I
confidence.
mean, if
bro.
he can do that, yeah. I mean, if Shotzi wants to be that type of player and just completely transform into that guy, sure. I was just looking at it from a more realistic standpoint, just how he likes to play, his play style, like how he plays, plays shots.
And we ain't seen one chip.
He plays very
Well,
similar.
that's why
to Hydra.
that's why Chris is saying you need to put the right person next to him. You got to make sure you have the right guy next to him.
He plays
Guy
very
has Scump.
Doesn't matter. Scump didn't play that entry play style either, bro. Like,
Yeah, he didn't.
Shotzi
Scump didn't.
did.
We're-
Think about it. He had Scump.
We're
Like, hello?
with these
No chips.
current
Chris wants to
games,
see an entry
You
fragger on a
wanna
team.
With the way-
for 2019.
with the way these
Don't
current
say
games-
online COVID.
with the way these
on
current
Optic,
games
he's
play,
got no chips on
let me
Optic.
talk. With the way these current games play and the map design and the way spawns work, there's a lot of times where you're setting up players to make plays and you're essentially diverting attention. The reason why people like New York are so good is because Kismet and Priesta are so aggressive in the front line with Caesar watching over him that Hydra's able to just get up into these ratty positions and catch these weird fucking timings where he basically just explodes and shoots everyone in the fucking back. That's literally how he plays. He's a lurker. Shotzi plays the same, but they have no aggression. They have zero fucking front line. Dashy plays way too fucking slow. Hook's just not good at it. Hook's timings are just fucking terrible. And then Dan would just default to the hill a lot. There's a reason why this team, towards the end of the season, just started getting worse, dude. Like they just didn't have that frontline aggression. Period. That's literally all it was.
One of the most talented players on the team, Shotzi, the only one who could probably play that role on that team, just didn't play that role.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm just telling you how it works. If he's not going to adjust his play style and become that guy, then it's just not. This team isn't going to work.
So, Chris, what would you do if you're up?
And the team doesn't work. Period. If he doesn't.
I mean, with the people available, Envoy is definitely not the worst choice, but I would have probably tried to get Pred.
Pred is slow as shit. Pred is literally on his belly every map. That guy drop shots more than anyone I've ever seen.
He's not slow though. Pred's not slow though. I wouldn't say slow.
But Pred is going to be reliably. Pred is going to be reliably just picking up a ton of kills on the map and always just being aggressive. That he can shut. I feel like he's able to set Shotzi up a lot more than an Envoy would be.
Pred is a good ass kill whore, bro. A good ass kill whore.
Okay,
I think Seattle got pretty weird at the end of the year, chemistry wise, for sure.
Dude, this fucking video is hilarious.
Actually, a funny tweet from Ace that you're showing on screen.
I don't know. Anyways,
I think Pred, if you played the way you played at the beginning of the year, though, like with that kind of pace, I think it would work well. I mean, do you agree?
Bro, in Vanguard, I'm just remembering. So listen, their chemistry over the course of the rest of the season was chalked, and everyone started to play worse, not just Pred. If you remember Vanguard,
Pred drop shots more than Prime TT.
I don't care. If you remember Vanguard, the way Pred played in that game, Pred literally just chased red dots. He literally would just fucking run at people and just shit on them. That's the play style that he had last year when their team was a lot way more consistent and better.
You're talking about a game where you could slide cancel into every gunfight?
It doesn't matter, bro. I'm not listening. We don't know the way the game's gonna work next year. What I'm saying is
we have seen superstars go from superstars to stars because the game
is still a superstar. He didn't change.
The game changes.
I'm just saying that the way that Pred plays, he's a very aggressive
red
player.
dots anymore. We talking about red dot? We don't even got red dots anymore.
I don't care. Pred is a very aggressive player. He's not the same as Envoy. I don't care if he prones. The way that he gets to his positions before he prones, he just fucking runs at people and runs at spawns. If he's doing that and applying that much frontline pressure, and while Shotzi goes and lurks and just beats fucking annoying, then Pred and Shotzi are going to see a lot more success that way. Either way, their
this
current
team
roster,
is getting 100-point clubs.
either way, the current
like
roster, the way that they're developed, I think a lot of this pressure, if this team comes true, a lot of this pressure is going to come down to Drazah, because Drazah, again, he was the most aggressive player on the Thieves. He needs to keep up that aggression if he joins this team. Otherwise, this team is going to lack it insanely. Like I don't care. That's just
Yo,
what I
if
see.
a team has Shotzi and Pred and Drazah's
Let
the most
Benji
aggressive.
team have the floor. Let
chalky-
Benji team have the floor.
I'm saying the current team that's rumored.
Everybody hold
I'm
it.
saying the
Hold
current
it. Chris,
team. I've
easy,
asked it
Chris.
twice.
Heal.
I've asked it twice and he hasn't answered the question. Pat, name the 4 players you want on Optic right now.
Who would I want on Optic?
4 players, because you named 3,
right.
so you didn't give a 4th.
All right, I can't pick anybody.
Oh, okay, no, be realistic
the
with
question?
rumors, with rumors and everything.
And then
Okay.
okay,
If I could pick anybody to play on Optic, I would take Octane. I would take Pred. I would take Octane, Pred. Octane, Pred.
Bro, they're keeping Dashy and Ant. Like you
Let him
I'm
make his
getting rid of-
team. Let him make his
I'm getting rid
team,
of both
bro.
of them. I'm getting rid of both of them.
Getting rid of both the Dashy and Ant.
I'm taking Octane, Pred,
Go next.
Envoy,
Go
and
next.
Scrappy.
This is
That
why you
was my
can't.
squad.
This is why you can't
That's
ask me
not
these stupid
Optic.
questions, man. This is why you can't
That's
ask me
not
these
Optic.
questions.
I know, he's
What
not
do you
gonna
mean
give
that's
you-
not
he's not
Optic?
gonna
He
give you an
asked
answer.
me if I was the GM of Optic what I would have done this offseason. I just told you I would have got Octane,
Man, you're
Pred,
so-
Envoy, and Scrappy, and I would
Listen, bro,
have
listen,
ran
Pat.
the league.
You're not gonna come up with a realistic argument for a counter team.
I don't know if I would have lost
the
the search. No bullshit. I don't think I would have lost the search.
I think you would have lost Hector, unfortunately, before that roster got made.
Well,
That's
thank
all good.
God. Thank God.
Nah,
We might
bro.
have got a chip.
All right, bro, keep it moving, bro.
All right, let's move on to the. I mean, I'm just going through the camps. We can talk about the Boston Breach camp a little bit because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm so confused. They got rid of. So let's go, Ben. Why don't you go down with Boston Breach because there's been a lot going on over there. So what they're
Boston
building.
got- Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
They got rid of. I didn't mean if you're doing
No,
that.
you're
They got
good.
rid
No,
of
you're good.
Reese. They got rid of Big Wake. They got rid of Nero. It's unclear what happened to Snoopy. I assume he's re-signing. That's just what's going on there. And they kept Beans and they kept Krem. So they basically right now, if they re-sign Scrappy or re-sign Snoopy, I guess they have 1, maybe 2 spots on their starting lineup if one of the players, Beans and Krem, is going to start as their substitute. So I think it's clear. We talked about this a fucking million times with Boston. They need to pick up a veteran AR. They need to set some fucking culture on this team. Clay's been linked for the rotation tweet. Obviously, Clay denied it on stream like yesterday or today, but that's a classic Clay maneuver to deny rumors. So it is what it is. And honestly, I wasn't that impressed with Krep at the end of the season. So I think the second sub spot is really key on this team as far as a really good pair with Snoopy, someone that's going to really do well and play off of him. So I'm
Wait,
curious
Ben,
what you
real
guys
quick,
think.
can I ask you a question? Because you
Yeah.
asked me who I would make. You're telling me, I'm just curious. You're telling me that you wouldn't take my roster of Octane, Scrappy,
Bro,
Pred,
we're
and
moved
Envoy.
on.
No, I know. Bro, you asked me, I'm gonna ask you. Just yes, no. You wouldn't take my roster of Sam, Scrappy, Pred, and Envoy over whatever team Optic can make with Dashy and Shotzi.
You named a team that could form an LAP.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Would you take that roster over
This might be
whatever
the
roster
worst
you can make?
conversation ever,
Oh,
bro.
what-
Like,
They're not,
what
so,
kind of
Pat,
stupid-
It's
they're
such a
not,
dumb
Pat, they're
fucking
not
ar-
gonna get rid of Dashy and Shotzi. They're not gonna
I'm
get rid
not
of Dashy.
asking that. I'm asking if this Ben would take that team over whatever team Optic could make with Dashy and Shotzi.
I would take Dashy, Shotzi, Draws, and Envoy over the team.
What? Oh, I'm
I think
smoking
that
you. I'm
team-
smoking
the
you.
team-
My
the team they're not
goodness.
making there is winning
I'm
game 5 over
smoking
your
you.
squad.
It's gonna be 3-0. How you gonna get to game
nah,
5?
bro. Listen, Pat's sucking dick right now. All right,
How are you getting game
Listen,
5?
Boston-
He's just going nuts, bro. He's
Boston-
going nuts.
I think Boston desperately needs somebody like Clay on their team because Clay's a very personable person. He's very out there. He's going to get some confidence in these rookies. He's going to well, they're not rookies anymore, but he's going to build a culture. That guy literally he brings this veteran presence with him. He's very out there. He's not afraid to tell you what the fuck is going on. Like, he's just going to make sure that everybody is held accountable and that they are playing the best possible Call of Duty out of every single person. I think they desperately need Clay, period. I don't really know if there's any other personalities out there that they can probably get realistically that are going to be able to potentially bring out the best in their teammates.
But they re-signed
I
Beans and
think-
Kremp, did they not?
Yeah, but one of them can move to the sub spot, and either way, Beans and Kremp, both of them.
No, they're doing the
them are
same
subs.
thing again.
No,
Wait, what?
They're
No,
not
they're
doing
not.
the same fucking thing
No,
again,
I'm saying
bro.
if they were gonna bring in Clay to do a main AR, and one of those guys are gonna move into a sub spot. No, they're doing the same shit they just did.
No, well, how are they doing the same shit they just did?
Well, they're running 3 ARs: Beans, Clay, AR, Kremp.
No,
in my
you're-
opinion,
Kremp is not an AR.
he's a
Kremp's not
kill
AR.
horse sub. He just roams and gets kills. They need fucking.
Okay, he needs some. Wait, we're not saying keep Kremp. One of them is moving to a sub, and in this case, with Clay on the roster, it
Maybe
would probably
Beans.
be fucking. You'd say it would be
I'm
Beans?
not disagreeing with bringing Clay to the roster, but why would you have Beans and Clay on the same team? Why would you have Beans and Clay on the same team?
I think Kremp needs more time in the oven and send him back to the academy team, bro.
I mean, I think there's a lot
I
of
wouldn't
different
have
ways
Beans
they-
and Clay on the same team. I wouldn't do that.
You're overthinking this, Tom. I think like you
No,
can
I'm
also have a
not.
role where
No, I'm
you can have a
not.
role, you can have a role where you're paying Beans and Kremp to both be subs, and then they just kind of don't mind spending the money, and they sort of go with the flow with the
What?
starting lineup. Yeah, you could
Wait,
do
did you
it.
say they could do that?
Well,
if they
teams are
wanted to
trying
spend
to
more
cut
money?
costs.
Nothing's
Now you want to pick up good
Nothing's
players
stopping-
and keep them on
But
the
You don't
bench.
know,
Stopping them
but you
from
don't know what
doing it.
Boston wants to do. You
Yeah,
know what Boston wants to
Boston
do.
wants to
Boston's
win.
got that. Yeah, Boston's
So-
trying to build a good team.
So I think, look, here's what I would do if I were Boston. You can get Clay. I mean, it's clearly Austin's also available. Sam's available. There's a lot of different routes they can go about this veteran AR thing. Like they have really good options.
I'm
I
so
think this-
confused.
I think the
So
second.
am I.
sub-
They're talking about substitutes. I thought you were talking about some machine. Like fuck it. Go ahead.
They're
Keep
talking
going,
about
bro.
substitutes. Okay, so that's one. You obviously got Snoopy on your team. You need to figure out how
What
to
team is
develop
doing
him.
that, bro? Who the hell
What?
is gonna keep Snoopy as a? They're not picking these players up as substitutes, bro.
No, I'm saying.
No, you go ahead, Chris. He's not
You
listening.
think
to what I'm saying.
you think
Yo,
you
Tom.
think you think Kremp is going to be starting next year for this team?
No, the only one on this team that's gonna be starting is Snoopy.
I think that's probably a guarantee, but I still see a world where Beans still plays.
No, if you start Beans, you are not serious about winning.
Beans
period.
did not have a terrible end of the
Bro,
year
you
in
could get
comparison.
17 million people that are better.
I'm not saying that that's not
You
true.
just said
I'm
this
saying
team cares about winning. Why would they?
why would
they put Beans back on the
You're just
roster?
interrupting me. You're not letting me finish.
I
Saying these
am.
guys are trying to build a competitive team, but realistically, in
Yes,
terms
they
of the
are.
teams and people they can get, like they're not
What do
going
you
to be able
mean?
to
They
get some of
can
those
get anybody.
players.
They can get anybody. Look at the amount of free agents. There's like 57 free agents. They can get anybody, and you're telling me they're keeping Beans?
I think they probably will.
Well, they're drunk. If you just said they're trying to build a contender, but they're gonna retain Beans,
I think Ben said that.
bro.
I said they're trying to build a good team.
There's 75 free agents in the league. Why would you keep Beans?
I don't think Beans played that bad towards the end of the year.
But
So
there's
you-
but there's people that are better.
I agree, Pat, but they did pick up his options, so I'm very curious.
I'm
what
not
they're
saying
doing.
he's horrible, but there's people that are better.
I'm very curious what they're doing. Is their goal to
The way some of these teams
sell
played,
them
I don't know
run it
about
back?
that.
I wonder if it's just hard to read what Boston's trying to do until we see their full roster. I do think that this is an interesting destination. I think Snoopy's definitely a really potentially good player. They need to develop correctly because all the other subs they've had come through have not developed in the way they wanted. Nero, no. Vivid, no. It looks
I mean,
like
they didn't
Kremp
give
now.
much chance. They just dropped him week by week.
What? Vivid and Nero got fucking a year and a half before they started dropping them.
No, I'm saying they just started
That's
like
true,
throwing
that's
him
true.
in and out at the end of the season.
I personally think that Kremp needs more time
I
in the oven.
agree.
He's going back to challengers. I think they keep Snoopy, and I think they look for somebody either like Standy. I think they can potentially go for him, or even Capsule. He's already been on Boston once, but
Capsule's
he
a good
obviously
shout. Capsule's a great shout.
he had a really good end of the year where I think he showed that he could be pretty good. So, and then you obviously get Clay, who could definitely help those guys, try to be the best version of themselves, in my opinion.
Am I crazy? Like you're talking about having free agents like Sib, Slasher.
There's other
like-
teams, bro.
Yeah.
saying, yeah.
So why would they not try and be in that conversation first?
Because they already re-signed those fucking those other two players, and I think if they
You can
re-sign
still
Bean,
drop them.
and listen, I'm not saying they won't, but I think the way it looks like they probably intend to keep playing Beans.
I mean,
if they don't, then
Prayers.
yeah, sure, we can have this conversation. There's
my
Candy,
honest
there's
opinion.
Sib, there's this, there's that. But
I'm
like,
looking at the spreadsheet. I see 50. I see Ben J. Nassim. Bro, I would rather have Abuza over
Yeah,
Beans.
why am I have this?
Why are we not getting Abuza?
Nah, I don't think
and
Beans is
putting
a
him in
bad
instead
player,
of Beans?
man. He's just he should be paired with another main AR, in my opinion.
Let's talk about the Abuza thing.
I mean,
I think
Abuza. Go ahead, Ben. I thought you.
Let me go. Abuza is this is awkward. Abuza is talented, Pat. Don't get me wrong. But here's the problem: is you don't know how he's going to deal with moving to North America, playing at the pro level. Suppose his English is good. We don't know how good it is. Like, there's just a lot
I'm
of
sure he'll
factors
be
that go-
fine.
I mean, it took Hydra a while to get to the level he's at now. He was definitely frying the first 2 years. But, like, if you talk to Paco, he'll tell you, like, it didn't really click until he had the full English fucking lesson. And he felt comfortable listening and speaking English. It's not something that happens overnight. Someone should pick up Abuza. I think he will get an offer. I just don't know if it's going to be this
It's been
team.
pretty quiet though, no Ben. I feel like his name hasn't really been brought up. He hasn't been in any rumors or nothing.
Well, because right now the things they're shaking up are the top teams, and after that the domino falls, and then everything else gets
Abuza
filled.
speaks perfect English according to the chat. He's from Belgium. He speaks perfect English.
Do we get an English check on this guy? I'm pretty sure he can speak English. I'm pretty sure he can speak English.
But I don't know like how. Just because you can speak English doesn't mean you can have very good listening comprehension when it comes to English, which is we all know is very important in Call of Duty, and be able to think on the fly and shot call. Like, Tom, you've talked to Paco. What
This guy doesn't got a shot call.
Bro, Paco is definitely thinking in English now, bro. He's not thinking in French.
Hold on, Ben.
A lot of work to get there. It's
Ben,
not
who
fucking easy.
cares? We're comparing this guy.
What do you mean? Who we fucking cares?
Who cares?
Oh,
We're
that's a
comparing him.
ridiculous
We're
statement.
comparing him to Beans. All Beans says is "Dad, Dad." Like not knowing English and saying "Dad" is the same shit.
I think you're too harsh on Beans in terms of performance. I don't think he played
Yeah, you're
terrible.
harsh on Beans, bro. You're harsh on Beans for
I
show,
think you just
bro.
don't like him at all.
Yeah,
I'm
you're being a big old
unbiased.
Beans hater, bro.
Being
I'm not
unbiased, I think
hating.
the
I'm
last
being
two.
realistic.
I think the last two stages, Boston in general was pretty good online, and they weren't pretty good online. But at least in terms of
you guys are
in
keeping
terms of
way too much
individual-
favoritism in this, bro. Like,
No, we're
Nah,
not.
let's be
We're not.
realistic.
I don't think Beans is a bad player
Bro,
at
I'm
all.
telling you right now, if they wanted to or potentially could go for some of these players, then sure. But I think you're overselling it with saying like I'd rather have a Booza. This guy's unproven at all. Like what?
Yeah, it's
like
a risk.
you're just
Hey,
over. You're overdoing it,
Can
bro.
someone please tell me what Beans proved this year?
What do you mean, bro?
Boston
Their
needs-
whole team was in shambles this entire year.
Boston needs to pair.
What?
Boston needs to pair some of their promising talent with players that have been around for a long time. You can teach young players to win, and they know that the players that they're bringing in that have veteran experience have a floor. That's what they haven't done the last couple of years. They kind of did it with Zin, and then Zin retired, and that kind of screwed them a little bit. Like, they need to get back to that, because if you look at the experience gap with them and Thieves from last year, Optic from last year, FaZe from last year, it's fucking crazy if you think about it. They got to figure out how to get these players and knowledge to be able to win and also play for the win.
I'd rather have GodRx. GodRx is proven. Guy just had a 1.7 at COD Champs.
Yeah, Godrex has actually been doing his thing.
I think Godric should be on the team. I think it's about time he gets a fucking shot again.
There's a lot of people, though. We could go through the list. There's a lot of people, arguably, who should be on a team now. You know, that's the problem. That's the problem. There's so many people who should be on a team. One of them is iLLeY. People have been talking about iLLeY. The Los Angeles Gorillas. Ben, I heard you talking about on stream how you thought apparently RCs and iLLeY are like a package deal here. Is that true? Where are you getting that shit?
I've heard it from multiple people behind the scenes that that's sort of
yeah?
the duo that's trying to stick together. I don't really like it. I think that it's a potentially very inconsistent AR duo. I don't think both players are bad. I just think if we look at kind of floor ceiling, I think you're going to have like a pretty low floor and maybe a high ceiling, and that's just a weird space to be in. So we'll see. I've heard rumors that it may happen on LAG. I've heard rumors that maybe iLLeY may get sold. And it's going to happen elsewhere that's not an LAG, but right now that duo keeps getting linked a lot.
I like iLLeY a lot, but if he gets sold after the year he just had, I would be mind blown.
Well, being
Bro,
sold
I'm
can mean a
sorry.
lot of things. I mean, he's going to have to get sold for something. I mean, we're not sure
Bro,
what that price may be, but
he was. I know the LAG camp
still got to
was
buy
in
out
shambles,
he's still got to buy out
but
his contract.
he was the worst player on that team.
Yeah.
If
Times.
why would they release everybody but then sell him? How who is paying for the worst player on a team?
I don't know what the deal with his contract is. Maybe it's just something preventing them from making the right decision here due to economic reasons. But as far as the iLLeY thing goes, there's a lot of smoke behind the scenes about it. We'll see kind of as the week progresses and Optic and FaZe make their decisions and things cascade down if it kind of sticks. But that's an aspirational duo right now as far as AR kind of duo when a team goes.
So a lot revolves around Optic and FaZe right now. Like I feel like
Optic phase, Thieves, everything is just all about them.
It's basically like a circular firing squad right now between like a group of elite players who are free agents, Optic, FaZe, and I would also put Thieves in there because I think Thieves is like sort of one of the next dominoes to fall. And so everything's kind of a mess right now. And until those two teams kind of lock their rosters in, everybody else can have their priority list. Everybody else can take meetings. they're not going to be able to enact and do what they want to do until those teams decide, because everybody's just kind of in a holding pattern. And on top of that, by the way, the whole scrap thing, because everyone's just waiting to see if he's available, because if he's available, that shakes everything up.
Yeah, it does. The scrap thing is like the main thing, and I still don't. I mean, I don't want to go in circles about the Toronto shit, but I still don't get that. I still don't understand why they're selling the whole team and then just telling, except for scrap, and just building around him again after they just broke up everything they just built. But
I'll say this, Tom, I've been trying for the last couple of days to get an interview with management in Toronto. I'm going to keep trying. There's some interest, so hoping we can set that up in the next couple of days.
There's interest on their side?
Yeah.
There's interest on their side?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're seeing if we can set that up and make it work.
Awesome. You got to commend that, to be honest.
What? I would not show my face if I was doing what they were doing.
and
You
in a
would not
minute,
see me. You
If
not
they
hearing
truly
me?
believe in if they truly
I'd
believe
be
on how
Jimbo
they're handling
mode.
things and all that stuff, then hey, it is what it is.
I'd be Jimbo mode. I ghost. You wouldn't even know
that's
who I
great.
am.
No, that's crazy. My bad, Jimbo. Let's talk about the Minnesota Rokkr a little bit. Their whole team, right? Squad wipe, boom, and the coach. And Brunt, they're all gone. They're all gone. They could come back though, right? Potentially. I mean, most likely not. I think most likely
I
not.
hope not.
I
And
think
we can see probably one, maybe two of these players come back, but I don't think you're going to see a majority of the squad. I think it's kind of runs course. I think Afro 100% isn't coming back. The only three players I could see, depending on the route they go, or some combination of Vince, Cammy, and Dylan. But Rokkr is a squad wipe situation, and there's like probably about 20 players you can maybe put on this team, maybe more. And I'm very curious to see what direction they go. Are they going to be in more of a quick rebuild situation where they swing, or are they going to try and find younger talent and kind of pair them with someone, a veteran, and have more of like a 2-year, 3-year kind of window on what they want to do?
Isn't the coaches at London still the same?
There's only one coach.
There's only one coach, yeah.
Yeah. Could you guys not see like this Rokkr roster just going to London? Like Bance, Cammy, Afro.
Potentially, depending on what teams are
minimum.
able to offer them,
I'll
money
say this
wise.
about London.
I mean, I don't think they're getting any decent money.
They were one of the last teams to form 2 years ago. They were one of the last teams to form last year. They're going to probably be one of the last teams to form this year. So if they're still available, then yeah. But I think London's going to take their sweet time building their roster again this year.
Yeah, and I also wanted to talk about the Florida Mutineers, just because I feel like the only thing there right now is Vickle. This whole Spanish team is like actually happening, right? Like that's, or at least that's what
The
people
way
are
with
thinking.
if Vickle got re-signed and Cap didn't, then yeah, I kind of assume it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are the people they're getting?
The
I
rumored
think-
squad they're getting?
Yeah,
Combination of
the Heretic squad.
It's
it's
Eric
like
Boom.
Boom, Metals.
Is it Metals?
I'll tell you. It's the rumored squad was Vickle, Journey, Metals, Eric Boom, and Lucky. So I think a bunch of those
Interesting.
players play pretty good. Like Metals and Eric Boom obviously made it to Challengers Grand Finals. They obviously got slammed by Godrex's team. Vickle, I think, had a really good end of the season for Florida Mutineers. I think came into his own on that team. So promising, kind of can carry that over the beginning of next season now. Juan has been, at the pro level before. He obviously was on Atlanta FaZe Academy for a couple of years. And he's had some success in EU, limited kind of land success in the last couple of years, but he's a veteran presence. And Lucky is obviously fried a little bit newer, and I'm very curious to see what he does at this level. But I like that potential Heretic squad. They're going to be an unknown, and they may surprise some people next year. I mean, there's always one or two teams that do it, and they could be one of them.
I mean, a lot of people are cooking the team. It is cool though to have an all. We did have an all Spanish team like that, I think that'd be pretty cool.
I guess that's cool, but like, would any of those guys get picked up if it wasn't a Heretics all
Probably
Spanish
not.
team?
Probably not.
Maybe Eric.
Eric
Or
played
Metals.
really good. I mean, Pat would never know because he never watches Challengers, but I think Eric played pretty good this year. So
You said that like it was a bad thing. Like, why would I watch
no, because
that?
you asked that question, but you don't fucking watch, so it's all good. You just
Of
asked
course
it
I
'cause
don't. Why would I?
they're
Why would I
Spanish
watch? Why would I watch that? I watch the
'Cause you're
professionals
trying-
play.
Because you're trying to be informed.
I like
I
the
watch. I
challenge.
watch. I watch the professionals play.
You don't do your research, but it's all good.
I mean, I don't watch the
No, I
G
just-
League basketball.
I just don't like people
I
coming
watch
on
I watch the professionals play.
I just don't like people coming on here and talking smack about this Heretics team. Like, yeah, these players,
I
some of
like
these
you,
players
bro.
weren't getting picked up because they generally stick themselves in a Spanish scene and finally get.
Bro, somebody clip this, bro, and then when they get like 8 through 12, let's just watch it next year in 2024 and be like, oh, great call.
I like it. I agree with Ben. I like it. I think there's a lot of talent in challengers, and I think if you get the right group of people around, I feel you can make it work. Bro, Heretics back in the day, a lot of people used to talk a lot of shit about them, but they would come out and they were a tough team to play, bro. They weren't an easy team to play.
They were top 6, top 8 team like in Black Ops 4. Like, yeah, they weren't like an upper echelon. They were winning events, but like they were taking on good teams.
Not everyone can be in the upper echelon, bro. Yeah, it's just like not how it works.
They were good, and I could see this Heretics team clicking and being like a factor for qualifying for champs and maybe do some
like at least give him a chance. Slay, give him a chance, Slay. Give him a chance, bro. You're giving up on him, Pat. You're giving up on him.
Wait, I give up on anybody who's not top 3, Tom.
They could. Slay, you don't even know what they could bring to the table, man. You know, they've been playing good. They've been like in
I'm not
challenges.
saying these guys are bad. You guys are taking what I'm saying and assume that I'm implying that these guys are bad players. They're obviously good players and like league capable players. I just don't think this team is going to come in and win or be close to winning. And if they're not going to be close to winning, then it doesn't interest me. Like I want to watch the best of the best.
You're watching 4 teams play the game then.
I agree with you. That's always been the case in the CDL. There's literally 4 teams that can win.
The case in like every esport.
It's a ridiculous statement, bro.
Like, that's not the case at every esport.
In a lot of esports, there's probably like 5-6 teams that can win, bro. Like every other team is just filler.
Other games it changes.
Maybe after years, but there's eras where there's just like the same 3 to 4 teams like just placing the same shit with different alternate winners. But for the most part, every esports it's pretty much the same, except for like the esports like fighting games and shit where like one person is on the team. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying, Chris, is Pat's never gonna get that offer with what he just said. Yeah, I don't watch challengers. I'm gonna watch the top teams play.
Yeah, the $3 million over 3 years. Yeah, so you might need to cut that in half now. Just cut it in half, Slay.
Hold on, guys. You think an org that's gonna pay me $3 million over 3 years expects me to come in and pick up challenger players? Come on.
They expect you to watch challengers.
They don't. They expect me to come in and pick up the best of the best and win it all.
Pat, what do you think happens in European football?
What is he saying?
They send scouts to fucking Kazakhstan to watch players, bro. Like you got.
I don't know. They waste hella money in travel, airfare, hotel. Like, what do you want me? They waste hella cash.
Ridiculous statement, bro.
To find a needle in a haystack. Listen, bro. You think this is the problem, bro? And I actually say this. This is the simp and a BZ issue. Simp and a BZ issue, bro. They made people believe that the absolute best players in the world are just hiding down in challengers. That isn't how it works. That's never how it worked. And Simp and Abizi were absolute glitches who were 16 frying pros in 8s and shit.
Bro,
like,
where'd Fred come from? Where'd Paco come from?
Scrappy come from?
Drazah, Scrappy.
These guys were in other countries. You're talking about the challenger players.
Drazah and Scrappy both were literally fucking irrelevant, non-existent. Are you fucking dumb?
So bro, what am I hearing right now?
You act like this guy. You're talking about naming superstars. Like, and Scrappy wasn't existent. Scrappy was literally playing S&D Child's frying people, waiting till he was 18.
No, he was 18. He was 18 in Cold War. He played all of Cold War. Well, he played part of Cold War.
Yeah, in challengers, and then he when he had his good year in Vanguard, he got picked up.
He was good as fucking Cold War too.
Yeah, after he won shit in Vanguard, he got picked up.
Dude.
Listen, Slayer, you just
there's people that won shit this year that you're not gonna say are good.
Slayer, you're spewing, bro. You're spewing right now, bro.
Because those guys have been in challengers forever, and they were horrible the year before.
Just like, for example, Gwyn literally has played 1.5 year of challengers max. I think there's people like Godorex who have been there forever, and you just said you'd put this guy on a roster. Listen. You're a fucking idiot.
I said I would put him on a roster over Beans. I would put any challenger player on a roster over Beans.
Take it easy, Pat. Take it easy, Chris. Take it easy. Come on, you don't gotta call me an idiot. Relax.
Bro, you were getting slammed down in challengers. You were getting
Pat, go to timeout. Go ahead. Go to timeout. Go ahead, Chris. Go in timeout. You guys go talk it out. Ben, they're in timeout. They're in timeout. They're in timeout, Ben.
User joined your channel.
Man, y'all gotta regain, bro.
TeamSpeak, bro.
Yeah, no, I forget you guys have powers.
This show's a mess today, bro.
I like it though.
Tom, you go to fucking.
You were moved.
Hell no. I'm firing him. No, he's done. You're fired. You're fucking fired. Nah. Did Clay retire yet? We need a new co-host. Did Clay retire? Nah. That's disrespectful. No, that is disrespectful, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers.
If he hasn't retired yet, he probably will after a year with Beans.
Nah, he'll be good, bro. Clay's gonna get back in there and he's gonna fucking do it again. He's gonna prove everybody wrong like he always does. You bring him to the Wolves, he comes back leading the pack. That's what Clay does. But let's talk about Vegas Legion. What the fuck's going on with them? It's been quiet. They're just gonna get the scraps again or what?
Yeah. The $58,500 minimum contract scraps.
They're honestly probably pissed. They got to raise their salaries this year.
Yeah, slightly. I think the minimum's going up, right? Like
yeah, they do gotta raise salaries. Inflation, bro.
They got
that was inflation. That was the inflation buff for sure.
They're probably selling merch right now to get that extra $3,000
they brought the salary from what 55 to 58, right?
Yeah, it's like a $3,400 raise.
Yeah, and then the London camp's been pretty quiet, right? Like quiet over there. What's going on with Surge?
London and Vegas.
They ain't got nobody. They ain't got nobody.
Bro. So Seattle's situation is very interesting. I don't know who's going to coach that team next season. I don't know.
Oh, the coach is gone?
I don't think Sam's gone, but like all the players are gone. They've been very quiet, and I wonder if they may also make a coaching change because
he just leaked, bro. He just leaked.
I didn't leak at all. What are you talking about?
He just leaked. He's like, what about the first thing? He's like, he's backpedaled.
What about backpedaled?
What are you talking about, bro?
What about
he said, I don't know who's going to coach that team next year, and then he's like, wait.
What do you mean
they might not resign him. He was backpedal.
I like Chat, am I wrong? Like, is Sam still like coaching that team? Like,
he lost
bro,
full.
what are you talking about?
Ben lost so much full.
Hold on, waiting for him to put in the TeamSpeak chat. Shut the fuck up, Chris.
What? I'm actually.
I'm trolling you, bro. It's not that serious,
who
man.
cares,
You're good.
bro? Just fucking leak it, bro. They dropping everybody. Is that what's going on? The whole camp is blowing it up. That's what everybody's fucking doing. So it wouldn't surprise me.
All the players, bro. Like, so I don't know what they're gonna do with their team.
They're blowing it the fuck up, bro.
I think for Seattle to start over situation, like, I mean, because Fred's gone, Sib's gone. I don't know if Lamar's coming back. I assume Mac's gonna probably get recruited onto more complete teams because I think there are still people that rate Mac. And just a question of what does Seattle do, like starting over? It's the same thing as Rokkr. I just don't know what direction they want to go.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with them, and I'm just curious to see what's the reason why I brought up Surge is Dante. I feel like I was just thinking about maybe where Sib is going or what he's gonna do because I just felt like it's been quiet. Sib's name has been pretty quiet. It was rumored that he was gonna go to Optic with Pred, right? Like that was a rumor at the time. I don't even know if that's still a thing. Like that, we haven't seen his name being brought up at all. But that was a name being Sib.
Oh yeah.
People were talking when mid-season. People were talking about him going to Optic. And now it's off-season time. I haven't seen his name on any of these. I haven't seen his name.
I actually think they should run it back. Again, one more year,
you said
bro.
the Seattle team? Yeah, you're being sarcastic.
No, Tom, think about it, bro. They're a roller coaster, and they just had a horrible year, bro. They could maybe do something next year.
You think so?
I mean, it depends on the game, right? This could be Lamar's game. I don't know for 3.
He's being sarcastic, bro. Which is also another player. Lamar, too. Lamar and Dante. Oh, the whole team. And Mac. To be honest, the whole fucking team. I have no idea what's going on with those guys. I don't know where.
As much as I like Lamar as a person, I just don't see him getting put on a team next year unless it's like the bottom.
Even if Lamar... I mean, I think Lamar could get on a team. But my question is, do you guys think Lamar wants to get on a team?
At the bottom?
Yeah,
I think
like
he would rather play than... I think Lamar wants to play regardless.
You think Lamar wants to take a minimum to guarantee be 12th? Like, I just don't see Lamar doing that, personally.
Probably taking the minimum if he wants to coach or anything else with the way the salaries and stuff are.
I just... Because the way I see it happening is like, let's say Lamar plays. Takes like a minimum, and they get 12th. Like... I feel like his stock just gets absolutely imploded on that, that type of team.
If he's not playing, his stock's going to get imploded regardless. He's not getting, if he's just not playing at all because he's refusing a minimum, he's fucked.
No, not just because of the minimum. I'm saying like the minimum plus being on a horrible team. Like, I just don't think Lamar would want to do that. I don't know, obviously, but like, I don't think Lamar would want to do that, bro. Like, I would feel like Lamar would rather be like, I did my thing. Like, I'd rather go coach or something else. I don't think Lamar would want to just sit and get shit on and be the worst team in the league.
I think it depends on who he's teaming with. If it's randoms, like
That's what I'm saying. Assuming he gets on a bad team.
But like, I know Lamar. I think Lamar probably still wants to play. I think he's still got more seasons in him. So.
Yeah, he still wants to play.
Yeah. So it's and listen, there are a number of like start over situations out here. So like there are possible places that he can go. I think the difficulty is Florida converts to a full like Spanish team, so you kind of remove one main AR spot, so it's gonna be tricky. He's got to duke it out.
I actually think Lamar should coach, bro. All these orgs are dropping their coaches. I think Lamar has a great entry to just move into a coaching role that one he would probably be pretty good at, and two, like I imagine would like if we're talking about these teams rebuilding, like he would probably have stability in the next like couple years. Like,
no, I know, you know who Lamar should go coach?
Who?
Optic. Him and JP. Damon can be an analyst. Damon, that's a full-time coach.
Crazy.
That's an amazing coaching staff right there.
Yeah, but the downside
Lamar and
is
JP would be a crazy coach.
Shotzzy playing your route,
that's
man.
A fucking insane duo right there.
That is a good shout. That is an insane shout. I would like that too.
But you got Shotzzy playing your route, man.
But Lamar knows how to gas people, and Lamar also knows with superstars how to not lock them up.
No, Lamar just knows COD. He knows how to play COD at a consistent level.
Combo.
But Shotzzy, I'm gonna be honest, Pat. I could definitely see him playing that entry role if he wanted to. I could see him playing that role.
He would be better at it. Am I like, hello?
Yeah, he could still finesse and do what he does playing that role. He plays that role sometimes, bro. Like
that's
it's not
what
like
I'm saying. When he goes rogue, that's what he does. He literally is just taking hella gunfights, jumping in, trying to world star. Like that's literally how he plays.
But if he's not gonna do that role, then what Chris was saying made sense. It just gets somebody who does it, and Shotzzy can just do whatever and just lurk and just do whatever.
Then that team is just worse off because whoever they get is not gonna be as good as he could be doing it. Yeah. Like that's my perspective.
Well, unless there's any other Rostermania shit that we missed, I felt like we covered most of it. It was fucking chaotic and hectic. On a positive note, Bulldog got a new contract, apparently. Kismet with the New York Subliners. Apparently, that's the rumor on the street. That's what they're saying, which in my opinion is well-deserved. I think.
How much you get?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know the numbers. I don't know I don't know numbers. I don't know that shit. FaZe? I thought we talked about FaZe. I mean...
No, we didn't talk about FaZe at all.
Let's talk about FaZe.
Wait, Tom, do you have your phone near you?
Yeah, I do. Why?
I sent you a text. It was an Intel text.
Can't talk about that, Slay. You put me on the spot with that one.
No, not say it on here, like on my text. Yeah, the chat doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but don't you know what I mean? Don't say that here. Do not say that.
We have Miles in the chat. I guess Miles is the new fourth for FaZe, but just to kind of get on topic, because Miles had a funny tweet a couple days ago.
I thought, Ben, didn't you not say that a lot relies on if Scrap and Drazah and all these guys, like who the top teams? You said Optic, FaZe, and somebody else.
We already talked about fucking the situation with Austin there, like in depth. We didn't talk about the fact that we found out today that Austin's not going to be coming back with the team, at least as far as we know. He didn't get his option picked up. Obviously, they could re-sign him, but I think likely at this point they won't.
Was his contract crazy?
I mean, FaZe has never been a team to care about cost, so I don't think that's what's going on here. I think if they wanted to re-sign Austin to a new deal, they would have just done what they do with the rest of their team, where they just they just go ahead
that's
and
what I'm saying. They must already for sure have a replacement if they're letting him go.
But this is what we talked about. I think here's the situation right now. I think Optic and FaZe have an idea of who they want to sign, but I think what's holding everything up is a Scrap situation, because if Scrap is available, he's probably number one in each of their lists, and it's going to be a clusterfuck. But if he's not available, I think very quickly they're going to enact on the fucking decisions that they want to make. And it seems like that's clear with Kyler leaving, with Dangosi leaving, and Austin leaving, that they have changes lined up and they're just kind of waiting to pull the trigger.
Do you think, I mean, look, obviously we know Scrap is gross. No denying that. But part of me just feels like this team would find more, like instead of replacing Slasher with another AR, I genuinely feel like this team would find more success if Simp just went to a flex and they picked up a sub. I genuinely feel like they would find more success. But that's what I'm saying. I think they would find more success doing that than just replacing with another AR.
Well, it depends who you can get.
I think that's what they're probably trying to do here, and that's why they let Austin go, because they're probably looking to move MC to a full-time AR role, and they're either going to pick up a flex or Chris is going to move the flex, and they're going to pick up a sub. Like, I don't think you're wrong. I think that's going to be the best version of their team.
But I think that should be their number one option. No, I don't think they're. like doing that.
Number
I don't
one
think
option.
you're
The
gonna
number one
no one-
option
no
is to
one's-
get the best player you can, the most
Yeah, I don't think anyone's
talented
disagreeing
player.
with-
Right,
I don't think I'm disagreeing with you.
But not Tom. That's my point though. I think this team would be better off instead of getting the most talented AR available and having them run an AR on this team.
Yeah.
I think for their team, they would be better off getting the best SMG they can get and have Simp run a flex.
Well, hold on. I will say this, in my personal opinion. I think they should target a flex player or like someone that would fit that like fast AR role, because as much as like I think Chris could probably run a flex, I just think that you still should keep that sub duo together, and I think things will fall into place if you put.
Yeah, why are
like
you
a
so
Drazah
quick
or
to
a
take the
Scrap on
sub duo
team.
apart, Pat? Why are you so quick to like?
Wait,
why are you so quick to move Simp to a
Or
flex?
Dante's a good child chat.
Well,
I like
my
that.
big thing is like, dude, like first off, a BZ is like back. Like after that whole Vanguard shit, like he's been gross. And I just feel like, in my opinion, Simp hasn't been playing Simp level as a sub for like a couple years now. At least
What?
consistently.
He was good in Vanguard.
Are you gonna listen? Are you gonna listen? At least consistently. He's had his moments, but he's not been like that guy. Like he was.
Good. He was good in Vanguard. I don't know what the fuck.
Listen,
I'm
bro.
doing, man.
I think that
What?
Simp,
No
I
one's
think
saying
should-
Simp is bad. Are you listening? And plus,
wait,
Simp
hold
was
on,
pick-
listen,
they were
listen,
playing.
listen.
They were
He said
playing
creative
maps where he was
years.
picking
I
up an automaton on half the maps.
I think FaZe can play
everybody's
4D
doing
chest
pick up
here. I think
ARs.
FaZe can
Yeah, he
play
was
some
basically
4D.
running an AR anyway.
One at a
Listen to me,
time,
listen to me.
morons. Go
I
ahead,
think
Chris.
FaZe can play some 4D chess here if Simp goes to an AR, because they take away one of these fucking insane subs from a already bare sub market, because they would have their fucking pick of the litter.
That's
So
what I'm
not only would they be just as good, if not better, because we don't know how good Simp could be potentially on that flex roll, but they would take one of those players away from the other top teams and just fuck them over even harder.
Bro,
Am I not fried?
imagine they got Envoy. What's Optic gonna do?
That's
Pick
one
up
less-
Pride and draws. That's what they.
That's
would do.
one. Either way,
Good
that's one
luck.
less sub. That's one less sub spot that's going to go to Thieves.
That FaZe
One
team
less
would
sub
run
spot that could go
circles
to
around them.
Optic. One less sub spot that can go to Toronto, et cetera, et cetera.
I
Like
don't
this
think
is
Chris-
mega 4D chess, bro.
I see what you're thinking, Chris, but like I don't think that's the way they should think. I think they should think about what's best for their team, and it's like it's clear they shouldn't pick up a main AR. I think we all agree that's not the route to go on. No one
Hell
disagrees,
no,
right?
definitely not.
Okay, so it's you have two options. You pick up a flex player, fast flex player who can definitely run a third sub. If for God forbid the next game is a 3-sub game, you're set there. Or do you try this Simp to flex thing? I don't know which way they're leaning, but those are basically option A and option B that they got to choose from.
But that's my point, Ben. Is I think they would be better off putting Simp in that role, because the player that they could get caliber wise, like right now, they could get a better sub player than they could get a flex player. Like think about the
I disagree with
options.
that.
Bro, look at the options they got. They could get Envoy. They could get Pred. Like they could literally get some like superstar sub players that would complement a BZ, the best entry sub in the game,
So you're saying
pretty fucking well.
So I'm gonna give you two scenarios. Okay. Scenario one: if you could drop Austin for scrap right now, would you do it?
That's scrap though. Like I'm not
Yeah,
taking.
I have two questions. Austin for scrap, would you do it?
Yes,
Yes, I would do that. Yeah.
Okay.
and nobody
Well,
else.
okay,
Nobody
this is
else.
Second scenario: would you drop Austin for Drazah?
No.
No, I wouldn't. But
No, why not?
in your situation though, I would rather pick up, like I said, Pred or Envoy instead of dropping Slasher for Scrappy.
Why
Bro.
would you not pick up Drazah?
Bro,
I'm just
because
curious.
a slasher played fucking good for this fucking team towards the tail end. I said this on Tommy's stream earlier. The reason why this team is finding inconsistency isn't because of fucking Abizi, isn't because necessarily Cell or Austin. It's Simp. If Simp doesn't play that good, this team looks beatable. When Simp has had those maps and those series in tournaments or even in the league matches, these guys look fucking unbelievable. When Simp has not been.
I disagree. I disagree
Simp
with
has
that.
not.
I
Simp
disagree
has
with
not
that.
been that good.
Bro,
I would-
you're
I would-
undermining.
wait.
You're undermining what Simp
Wait.
brings to the table, though.
I don't
Like,
think Simp
it's
is
not
bad.
just about
You're-
kills. He hasn't slayed as much, but they don't need
You're
slaying, bro.
also-
The
wait,
whole
wait,
problem
but
is here.
I agree with
guys.
By
Let me talk. Let me talk, because I every time I talk, I get cut off. All right, bro. Every time we talk about Simp and his KD, this and that, bro. Sure, he hasn't been getting as many kills as he has in the past, or hasn't been showing that superstar. Oh my God, Simp crazy potential, whatever. But don't undermine what Simp brings to the
one's saying
table.
I
No,
don't-
I
yeah,
understand. I
I don't think
understand. But hold on,
that's-
I'm not done. This problem this year with FaZe was not kills. That was not their problem in any way, shape, or form. Do they need somebody to just step it up in the fucking kills department, bro? They're just not an objective-minded team. They would lose series fucking smoking teams in the kill department. They would smoke teams in the kill department and win maps by 10 points. They're just not an objective-minded team. They're just not an objective-minded team.
I'm telling
and
you
that's
right
why
now,
they find inconsistencies. Bro, they don't have problems with kills.
I'm telling
and
you right now.
And Simp is trying to figure that whole clusterfuck out.
Nope. I'm telling you right now, Austin had the most hill time for their team. I'm pretty sure.
Disrespect is crazy.
Austin, no one's disrespecting him. I'm saying he's not playing as good as he should be.
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to.
Tom,
hold on.
Okay, well here, let me.
Guys, wait. You guys are missing something really important. If Simp goes to flex, he would be the best flex player in the game.
Okay, it's
It would be a good flex, but you got to be careful with that.
You're gonna say
He would be the
S&D.
best flex player in the game.
You're gonna say S&D was their problem towards the tail end, and so was their control. Their control. Okay, their control. Either way, I don't think you're. I think
who was their weakest player in control?
I don't know. I didn't look at the I'm not looking at the fucking stats. Oh wow! Congratulations. Either way, this team needs to look internally. They have had practically the same fucking results for 2 years, achieving essentially the fucking same thing with 2 different fourths in Arcitys and Slasher. It's not their fucking problem. Maybe the Arcitys one was a little bit different.
You want to pick up another? You want to move into a flex and pick up a sub because of kills? You want to get more kills?
No, you're not listening to me. I'm saying
because you could get better.
I'm saying the only person that I would consider dropping Austin for if their intention is not to move Simp to a flex is Scrappy. Drazah, no. Octane, no. Obviously Slasher, they didn't keep him, so no. If they don't get Scrappy, Simp needs to move to a flex, and they will be better than if they didn't.
I'm just confused.
No shit.
Who would be better than Simp?
They're gonna have to pick up a sub player.
No, but Ben's literally saying Drazah and fucking even some people are saying Sam. Like that's another argument. No. If they can't get,
who's saying Sam?
There are people. I'm saying everyone, like the community. The people are saying they should pick up Sam.
The community sounds faded.
Okay, well I'm telling you all perspectives. I'm not just saying our show. Okay, because I'm looking at.
I don't know why you're hanging on Drazah. Drazah would be perfect for this team.
I think no. I think they'd essentially be the same.
Wait. Let me ask you a question, Ben. You get to pick Simp is your flex or Drazah is your flex. Who you picking?
I like Drazah on this team, bro. I don't understand.
No. That's not what I'm asking you. One for one.
I like Slasher on their team too, and they're fucking. They still got the same results.
Ben, one for one. You Simp or Drazah as a flex player. Who you picking?
So if Simp's my flex player, who's my sub player?
It doesn't matter. One for one, player for player. Who are you picking?
That's such a ridiculous comparison, though.
No, it's not.
Stupid ass question.
Simp would run circles around Drazah as a flex, bro. If Simp was a flex, Simp would be the best flex player in the game. BZ would be the best entry player in the game. Cell is literally the best, if not top 3 ARs in the game.
It's a ridiculous question you just asked.
You literally fill out.
Run that role before. We don't know.
Yes, we have.
When?
Bro, this guy. Bro, this goes back to that whole argument, bro.
Seriously, when?
People literally run ARs and
Sam can run a flex
every other map, bro.
He can run a flex.
Be the best flex.
He can run a flex for sure.
Bro,
I agree with
the
Pat on
same
that.
role in search.
I'm pretty sure Simp was the 3rd AR on like.
He was. Do you remember him running an AR on what was that shitty map with the big boat in Vanguard?
I'm
Gabba
Gabba 2, yeah, that map. He was running the auto. He was World Star. I was watching him top heady.
It's crazy to me that Drazah disrespecting this call right now. I'm actually.
What do you mean disrespect? Who's disrespecting who?
No one's even talking about Drazah. We're just saying Simp is better.
If you think about it, Drazah is like literally like made for this team. He's like a double-digit search player.
Made for this team?
Yeah, think about it. Literally think about it.
Yo, you might have stock in LAT trying to get Drazah sold to FaZe because what?
I don't. I just think the Drazah disrespect that he
made.
No one's disrespecting Drazah.
Crazy.
I'm saying that if they pick up Drazah, they would essentially be potentially the same type of team. Drazah was good at fucking search. The only thing that you are assuming is a pacing issue within FaZe. But if they were a fucking pacing issue, they wouldn't have picked up their gameplay in hardpoint at the end of the year if it was a pacing issue. It's their problem the last 2 years years is they have failed to look internally as to what the team can do, not only from an individual perspective, but their coaching staff, all their shit. The teams that have beat them, listen, let me finish. The teams that have beat them these last 2 years are teams that are far fucking more prepared than they are, because they overestimate them. They overestimate themselves as players and as a fucking team. They need to be more prepared. It's not a fucking talent issue.
Bro, they have 3 coaches.
I disagree completely, bro.
If they were more fucking prepared, they wouldn't be getting fucking hard countered by Troy Thunder Michaels, bro.
If Simp goes to a flex and they pick up Envoy or Pred, I'll bet $20,000 as soon as they make the roster change that they win champs, and I'll tweet it out.
I mean, listen, to me, is either way. I think they're good. I like I kind of like.
Slay's always trying to make bets.
If you're gonna go the Chris, if we're going to go hypothetically the Chris flex route, the Pred and BZ sub duo is fucking insane. I don't know how you deal with that sub duo in any game mode. There's so much pressure, so much speed. They don't, like Pred kind of plays a little bit slower than Tyler. It's like a perfect combination. It's just impossible to counter. I like that if we're going to go down that route.
But they're getting hard countered by Troy Thunder Michaels, bro. Like, you're not telling me they're more prepared.
Bro,
they got hard countered by fucking thieves in the last year.
I would love to FaceTime Chris Crowder in this call right now, because I would love to know his thoughts on what you just said.
I mean, he's going to disagree. Obviously, they're putting in the work that they can, but there's definitely more they can do. I think New York Subliners probably exemplified that this year.
Listen, Chris Crowder.
I said what I need to say,
move
bro.
Simp to a flex, pick up Envoy or Pred, and let me bet $20K that y'all win champs.
Troy's in the fucking chat. He's
in my honest opinion, bro. If you're FaZe, you could do whatever you want to do. Just you could move Simp to a flex. You could keep Simp out of sub, pick up a really good flex. I think that ultimately comes down to who's on the table and who they can get. And you just do 1, 2, 3, pick up the most talented one, and you just move Simp accordingly. That's it. You just want to have the best team possible with the highest ceiling possible. Move Simp accordingly. Get whoever you want to get. Bada bing, bada boom.
Still?
But I will say this again. I don't think kills is their problem. I don't think it's their problem.
Simp, are you against running a flex?
They've had the same results 2 years in a row, bro. They need to look at themselves, because it's not just their fourth.
Okay, Ben, that's the only reason why you were making me so mad, Chris. Hold on, Ben. Hold on. Take these.
Insane.
Chris, that's the only reason why you made me so mad, bro. Because I thought you were trying to say, like, I was like, bro.
No, it's their team.
I just want people to realize how much value Simp brings to a team, bro. Not just in terms of kills.
They're all valuable in certain perspectives, but listen, Ben, you need to stop fucking coddling these fucking 3. They're obviously some of the best players in the world, and obviously
we're top 3 all
coddling.
Yes, but they're still fucking choking, and they still have clear weaknesses. They still have these fucking clear weaknesses that they fucking can't get over until half of the fucking season's over, bro.
You're holding an insane standard. It's like actually ridiculous.
Yes, and you're holding all their fourths to an insane standard, because clearly you have no problem with them getting rid of certain people, even if they're performing well. It's not just their fourths, bro. It's not just their fourths, bro. It's not just their fourths, bro.
Dan played that bad, but he's here fucking
regardless. And I have the same argument for some of those players on Optic. It's not just their fourth.
Bro, I had this conversation. I was talking with Nameless about this this week. It's like, bro, if you're a role player and you play good, sometimes you get dropped. It's just fucking how the business goes.
Okay, well, listen,
I'm send the info to Sender right now.
And I can still have my opinion in terms of the fact that these 3 need to look at themselves, because they've achieved the same results 2 years in a row with 2 different players. It's not just their fourths. They need to look at themselves. They need to look at the entire organization.
I don't know. The standard you're holding them, where it's win or bust.
What do you mean? They're holding Listen, they're holding themselves to that standard, because if they were content with top 3, top 2, they wouldn't have made a fucking roster change, Ben. They're holding themselves to that same exact standard.
Obviously, they're making a fucking roster change. I don't want to say anything.
Yo, is that Intel?
What?
Is that Intel above us right now?
Hello?
Wait, is that Intel in the TeamSpeak above us?
What are you talking about?
In the channel above us.
There's nothing. There's nobody in the channel above us.
Not the direct. Like, scroll up a little bit. The one up. You know, where there's people.
Maybe. I don't know.
They're playing
Overwatch, bro. They're playing Overwatch or Valve. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, they've been playing and Overwatch in this token all week.
Is that not Assault, ASIM, Tom Gravity, and Classic?
It's fucking Adam, Mod AC, ASIM, Classic, Enable, and Tom Gravity, bro.
Also, why were you guys like tripping about coddling? Do you guys know what coddling means?
No, that
It's
was just
basically
crazy.
being it's basically
was
being
insane, bro.
it's being overprotective. It's like you're fucking their mom or something, Ben.
Yeah,
like
no, that was just crazy.
Coddling
That
is
verbiage.
fucking. That's nuts,
That
bro.
verbiage
Coddling
is
is
crazy.
nuts.
That's the perfect definition of how like Ben treats like the core three. And listen, I love them. I think they're fucking insane players. But if they're gonna
You
hold
love
themselves, if they're gonna hold themselves to the standard of trying to win everything,
This is
'cause clear-
crazy, Tom.
Listen,
Bro,
clearly,
we
clearly
play a
they're
game
holding
with
themselves.
Bro, we play a game with no red dots on P1 fucking hotel. You don't know where people are gonna fucking spawn. Like the
If
least
they're
skilled Call of Duties of all
gonna
time.
hold themselves to that standard, then we can
Jesus
too.
Christ.
If they're gonna hold themselves to the standard of win everything or bust, then we can hold them to that standard in terms of the way we
Bust.
evaluate them. You guys are so weird, bro. It's a fucking fact, bro.
Yo, Pat, you gotta. Bro, Pat, you are fucking dumb, my guy. You're a moron.
Did you not hear what he said, Tom?
No, I heard it, Slay. I heard it, man. This has been the fucking most chaotic, worst flank episode ever. This is like the worst. This is like the worst, best flank. I can't.
You
I can.
said it was gonna be faded. So we
I
made it
already
faded.
see. I already see the Reddit post. I can't even watch this shit. These guys are just fucking screaming, man. The passion's really flowing today, ladies and gentlemen. It's flowing. But Rostermania is clearly very hectic. Very, very hectic.
No one is signed anywhere. yet.
Nobody is signed anywhere at this time. Nobody is signed. There is absolutely
Not a single move has been made.
Bro, it's just been strictly phone calls and gossip. That's all it's been. And to be honest, I can see a lot of it unrolling out pretty soon, man. Pretty soon. I think we'll start seeing it roll out. But did we miss any teams now? Wow, we almost missed the
No, we
FaZe.
did.
What?
We missed the
Who did we miss now?
the Royal Ravens. We didn't talk about them.
No, we did. They're blowing it the fuck up. We already said that. Ben
Yeah,
leaked
we
it.
didn't talk about what they're doing though.
Who the fuck knows what the fuck they do? What the fuck is the London Royal Ravens gonna do? Who the fuck knows?
Everyone's waiting. Everyone's waiting for
Who
the
the
fucking
fuck
pin to
knows?
drop, dude.
They're probably gonna pick up like Harry or fucking, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna pick up the fucking, you know, because they've been doing. Weren't they trying to get him this year? Weren't they trying-
Where's
Harry
Vortex
is
at, bro?
crazy.
They gotta
bro.
make
Steve,
sure
where's
whoever the
Stevo?
fuck they're
Where's
picking
Stevo?
up has a fucking visa. That's what they gotta make sure. They gotta make sure people have their visas.
Listen, they're gonna do what they always do, which is they wait as long as possible. Obviously, so they don't have to pay salary for a couple months, and they're gonna build a leftovers team. Then it's gonna not work for 2 months, and then they're gonna make a change. They're gonna make another change, and they're gonna be not qualified for champs going in the last major, and they'll already have 1 foot in Cancun.
People are talking
That's
about
where I see
Asim in the
it's
chat.
gonna
People are spamming Asim. Asim's an unrestricted free agent. He announced that today. London,
The whole league is
the whole
Tom.
league. Everybody's just trying to get. I have no idea. I mean,
Also, Ben, I wanted to apologize because I blacked out. No bullshit.
Go, go, bro.
Wait, what are you
Okay.
apologizing for?
For going fucking rogue. I said
don't know.
Ben is like.
Everyone
Nah,
Rogue
yeah,
is something, dude.
coddling was crazy.
That's a good wait. Coddling is a really good word for what I was
What?
trying to say.
You were calling him mommy. That shit was crazy.
Dude.
yeah, but with Asim, I don't know. Unrestricted free agent. I mean, obviously, I love Asim as a player, man. People always hate when I say that because obviously I'm close with Asim. I mean, you guys can obviously give your takes on Asim. Your honest and real takes. I think he's a good player. I think Asim brings a lot to a team. I think Asim just never has the right people around him.
Wait, drag Troy.
Was he in here?
Yo, Troy. What's good, bro?
Oh, I got a question to ask Troy when he's here.
Yo,
Troy's
Troy,
here.
hello?
He's here.
Oh,
I moved him.
wait,
What's
can
up,
I ask
Troy?
Troy a question real quick before you go,
Well,
Troy?
first, hold
Just a
on.
real
Before
quick one.
Troy, welcome. How you doing, Troy? Welcome to the flank, bro. Things are a little scary in here right now.
Bro, this shit has been fucking hilarious.
Wait, I have a really important question to ask. It's actually super important.
Should I respond?
Yeah, no, it's not like anything crazy. Yo, Troy, you're in a COD Champs Grand Final for $50 million,
Okay.
50 mil.
and you get 10% if you win. And you get to pick between 2 rosters.
Troy, you
that
should have never joined. Troy, you should have never
No,
fucking joined,
Pat,
bro.
why am I gonna help anyone right now, bro?
No. Listen. I just want you to pick between 2 rosters that you would rather play against. This thing, keep in mind, this is for $5 million hard cash in your pocket. Okay?
Get to the points. Like, get to the
And
fucking
you live
teams.
in Texas.
I
You ain't got to pay
know
state
exactly
tax.
what we're gonna get to. For
Are
this.
you gonna? Do you want to play? So you're obviously gonna pick the worst. Do you want to play Sam, Pred, Envoy, and Scrappy, or do you want to play Dashy, Shotzi, Pred, and Drazah? I think is who Ben said. Which one would you rather play for $50 million?
He said 50 million.
I mean,
bro.
am I spawning in or what?
No. You're New York team. You're New York squad, and you at the helm.
Bro, we're squaring versus everyone, bro.
No, I know.
That's a good
But
answer.
which one would you rather? Which one's like which one are you 5-0ing? You know what I mean? Like which one are you having?
The Toronto Ultra.
One might be like a 5-1, but which one are you having? At those two rosters, which one?
I don't fucking know. You can put me in the spot right now.
Slay. He ain't. Don't Troy. Listen. Don't answer that shit, bro. Slay.
Bro,
Shut
Tom,
the fuck
you
up,
Tom,
Slay.
you don't
Shut
need-
the fuck up, Slay. You've been talking about these two teams, fucking over and over again.
Tom,
Bro,
I want to know.
shut
I
the
want to know
fuck
if he would rather
up.
play Pat's Optic or Ben's Optic.
Who would you rather play, Tom?
Oh, I'm having Ben's Optic all
No,
day.
there you go.
All right, Troy, we dragged you in here. You joined the call. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, Troy. What's on your mind, brother?
Oh no, I wanted to say what, dude. Yeah.
You like that, Troy? I said they're getting hard countered by Troy Sender Michaels, bro.
Oh,
It's a fact.
Wait, was that the stray? Because I rejoined.
No, it's not a
Every-
stray. It's just I was gassing you.
It's
What?
gas. It's
No, I
gas.
appreciate. Well, I didn't hear it. I just saw people saying that I caught a stray.
Like,
so,
bro,
you know,
because I
wanted to pull up.
was saying that like certain teams need to look internally because it's not their rosters, it's like how they approach these events, how they approach these finals, etc. They're getting hard, and I said they're getting hard countered by you because literally the way it looks like is your guys' team is always prepared. You're throwing out hella blind counters, and it's like you guys know the vetoes of every fucking series.
Like,
Like,
motherfuckers need to watch a VOD.
Yeah, but to
what
say
I'm
that
saying
to say that
is-
about FaZe is crazy, Chris. That's crazy.
don't care.
Yo, you know what's even crazier?
That's what I'm here for, to give
No,
good
no, no, no.
to give
Hold on.
crazy takes.
This is actually, and Troy, you might want to cover your ears for this. This is actually the craziest thing,
Oh no.
Tom. So not only is Troy the 2023 world champion, but his team won 3 events this year. And you know what's crazy about that, Tom?
What?
Is Optic could have had this
That's
guy,
true,
Tom.
that's
Could have had him. They could have had him. Slay.
Not
They
only
could
could
have
they
had
have,
him.
they had him, Tom.
They had him.
Wait, hold on. We know people on that team don't like to be coached apparently, so that probably
That's
didn't help.
crazy.
You know. But Troy, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
If there was something that you wanted to talk about, now is your time, Troy. The floor is yours.
No, not really. I just wanted to bull. I just thought the show.
You just want to bullshit? Yeah, we're just bullshitting, Troy. This
Yo,
whole
this is
show
the
has
best
been
episode ever.
bullshitting. I mean, listen. Some people hate it, some people love it. I love these episodes where we just bullshit. You know what it is? It's the glasses, bro. I knew when I put the glasses on, this shit was about to get fucking hectic, bro. So next show, I'm gonna take these glasses off for the next
Glasses are
show for
done.
sure.
One-time appearance for the glasses.
Yeah. Nah, maybe on another show we'll bring him back, but. It's been a good time, Troy. Congrats on champs, bro. I don't think have I talked to you since you won.
No, probably not. I've been pretty MIA.
I talked to all your teammates I know in the casino, but I don't think I saw you at the casino, Troy. You weren't really gambling and shit. You weren't really doing your thing.
I was not gambling.
I saw
Sunday
Troy.
night.
I saw Troy.
Oh yeah, you
probably
saw
did.
him.
I was
Yeah.
going rogue a few of the days, but the Saturday, Sunday, I didn't go to rogue gambling.
Yeah, no, I saw Paco and I saw P Dog and I saw the bull. I met the Bulldogs pops. That was cool meeting his dad. He was a cool dude. He was sitting outside. It was just nice to see you guys win, Troy. So congratulations, man. It was awesome seeing you guys
appreciate
win. You guys deserve it. You guys got a good camp over there, a good culture. Even the back end, Farzam, shout out to him, Rohit, those guys. Like, shout out to those. Like, New York, they want to see you succeed. They've been putting a lot into it, Matt
No, 100%
Lucero and all those guys.
Like,
So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all and the New York Subliners, man. This must be Troy. What's it like being in Rostermania, but you don't got to do jack shit. You just got to watch it all unfold. Because you've been on the other side of this shit. So how does it feel for you to just kind of kick back and just watch this all happen?
I mean, it's definitely a fresh breath of fresh air. If I'm being completely honest, obviously there's a lot of things that I'm hands on with, but I mean, for the most part, I'm kind of just chilling and just kind of seeing what unfolds for the most part.
Hands on. You sabotaging other teams?
Wait, what are you talking about, bro?
You said you're hands on.
Wait, Troy, can I
I
ask you
said
a
I'm
question
usually not.
real quick? So,
what's up?
CDO Intel tweeted out like option decisions earlier today, and Preston wasn't on that list. Is he renegotiating his deal, or was that like an omission and error?
Man, what kind of question is that for me, man?
That's
a
No,
federal
it's
one. That's
a
federal.
fair question. It's a fair question.
That's a federal question.
Bro, I mean, dude, I'm just going off what I'm assuming, and we're chilling. But
Okay. There you go.
neither here or there.
It's federal. You talking
That's
business,
federal.
Ben? You talking business like that?
On the stream?
No, it's a legit. It's a legit question.
That's a
you know?
legit
Like, people
question.
coming at me.
No, it's all right, Ben. It was a good question, Ben. It was a good job. Relax.
It's just
It's
in.
okay.
Priest will be sticking with the New York
Yeah,
Subliners.
right, like is that his way of trying to get into? It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, we talked about every roster. We've talked about all of them. We went down the list, so I think we got it all covered. Unless there's something that I'm missing. Troy, did we miss something?
I didn't watch most of the show. I just watched like bits and pieces. But yeah, I mean, like I'd be perfectly happy keeping the same team.
Vegas. We talked about Vegas. And LA Thieves we talked about.
We can't talk about the bottom teams because they're all going to be a trickle down effect from
Yeah,
every
they're
other
not.
team,
They're not
so
ready yet, just
The only
yet.
teams we can talk about is like the top like 4.
LAT. Well, LAT. Everybody's spamming LAT. We talked about LA Thieves, didn't we?
It all relies on Sam.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
talk about it.
and they were
Kenny,
building. They're
about keeping Kenny.
about keeping Kenny and how they might build around Kenny. There's been some rosters floating around there, but it's still early over there. Like I don't really know what's going on there so far. I'm guessing that they might grab some of the people who don't get on FaZe or Optic. And then maybe those guys might go over to LA Thieves type shit, you know? Or no?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, no, that probably makes the most sense.
It is crazy that they're gonna come out like not on top in this Rostermania, you know? Like they're gonna
Well, that's because
they're
all
having to wait.
But that's because like all their players are basically let go.
That's what I'm
so-
saying though, but that was their choice. They could have easily re-signed these guys
Yeah,
last year.
That's a crazy thing. I would love to know.
Wait, they
like,
didn't
why-
re-sign after their fucking world
No.
championship?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Okay, well that is nuts. I didn't know that.
Like you won champs and your org is like, we'll just exercise.
All right, well, listen, that's gonna do it. People want to talk about Donnie. I mean, bro, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Like you guys asked about Asim, asked about Donnie. Bro,
Bro, Donnie's the face of Vegas.
is he? Is he the face?
Vegas? Is he?
Guy hasn't got out that org in years.
Yeah, bro, he's locking that shit down, bro. He's locking it down.
I think Donnie's basically part of management at this point.
He might
There's
be.
only 3 of them, so probably.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's possible that as these Minnesota, Seattle, LAG situations kind of like unfold themselves, that maybe a spot or someone maybe tries to give a thought and teaming with Don, and we'll see what happens. But Vegas is probably an offer there. I just think just like London, Vegas is not really in a rush. He didn't want to sign or actually send them paper on those deals. So I think it could happen before he's left with just a Vegas option.
All right, well, listen, we'll see what happens with Vegas. I'm sure there'll be a lot more rumors and a
Wait,
lot more
did,
that happens. Go
Did
ahead,
they
Pat.
get rid of everybody?
Vegas?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, everybody's a free agent.
even
Vegas.
Don?
That's the way they've done every season. Like they've
Oh,
rarely
no.
accepted
Even Don
people.
though. Even Don.
Yeah, I think Don was on a 1+1, so I think he was a full free agent anyway. No,
In this doc, he's under the guaranteed players. I don't know what that means though.
People are talking
I
about
don't-
attached too.
I don't know. Gersh did his doc. I don't know if Don. I don't believe Don got extended. I mean, chat let us know. I'm pretty
Wait,
sure.
why is Spart on the guaranteed players?
Oh well, Spart apparently got his contract picked up.
Bro, listen, let me say this too
I
to a
don't
lot
tell
of
you- I don't know
people.
what to tell you about that, Pat.
A lot of listen, a lot of people in the chat, man. A lot of people in the chat.
What?
A lot of people in the chat just coming in saying a bunch of different names, man. Like everybody's unrestricted free agents, man. Everybody's talking to everybody. We talked about some of the rumors that are hitting around. If more rumors hit the fan and more things happen, we'll talk. But we don't know what's going on with some of these guys, bro. Some of these players,
Wait.
unless you guys do, but I don't.
Wait,
Wait, no, Pat's about the
but Gorillas is
Not that I can
Arcitys and
announce, at
Spart
least.
looking
Not that
for
I can
2?
announce.
at the moment, yeah.
Arcitys and Spart looking for 2. That's the rumor.
No, they
Ben
picked
just said
up the
that's who's
deals.
under contract.
They picked up Spart's. They Spart's still on the roster and Alex still on the roster, at least for now. That's what they tweeted out earlier today. Everybody else got released. Like they released the analyst too. Yeah, Pat. I'm surprised you didn't see that tweet earlier. Like I'm definitely.
I thought it was just Arcitys.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're.
I'm so
I still
confused
don't-
though.
I still don't understand this with the Spart 3.
I thought Spart was off the team last year.
I don't know, bro. End the
I don't know
show,
why-
bro.
I
We
don't
got
know
nothing
why
else
they
to talk
didn't
about.
buy
We're
his shit out
bullshitting.
earlier this year, but man, maybe they gave him the worst contract of all time, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you.
The 3-year min.
With like some crazy guarantee clause, and like they have no out on it. Like they must have fucked it up bad.
Well, we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen, next time on another emergency flank. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Rostermania's been pretty fucking crazy. So, what's going on? People are trolling in the chat. I keep thinking people are tweeting. They've been doing this shit all day. This tweet. Everybody's on edge right now. Everybody's fucking tweeting. Is there actually an LA Thieves tweet, or are these guys fucking trolling me in the chat?
I just refreshed my timeline. I do not see an
They're
LAT
talking about
tweet.
Thieves is tweeted tomorrow.
These
with like a-
motherfuckers.
With like
Wait.
a
I
fucking
do.
emoji.
I do see one tweet, Tom. It is from Ghost Energy. Use code ZOOMAFIA
Nice. It's a good plug right there, Pat.
to
I
get
like
the
that.
best energy drink in the business.
Are y'all trying to play Among Us?
GhostLifestyle.com. All right, hold on. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you go watch it on YouTube, go to FM/Flake to check out audio. Says Ron. Go follow out the Flake on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. I know today's episode was a little chaotic, folks, but I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Take care. Goodbye.
All right, I'm out of here.
Yo, any
Yeah,
Among
say you
Us?
motherfuckers.